Yeah. That doesn't. I'm still going to the rave. These are the only ones I had available.
But I mean, technically, you can do us and then go to him.
No one's talking.
Could do, but
He's had.
Oh,
we structured it another way. Okay. No, I'm just yeah.
I'm gonna drink.
at your server now.
So tempted to get another beer.
I wish I had been like this.
What I might do is while Shugart is on it, there are some of the players that are lagging getting into the server. We're having a lot of issues last night as well. What I might do is brief you guys and then go brief them, just to save a little bit of time. So we have to wait until he's actually available to brief the Salt. It could be a little while.
Get off my tank, you crazy kids.
This is a bulldog, I think.
Dude, what's game where you like jump over the the game where you go around in the circle and you have to jump over it. No.
You mean jump rope?
Yeah, I know jump rope.
Oh no, it's like helicopter. Cause you never played that. Okay, it's a newer generation thing. Are you old fogies over here?
So I went to a fucking rock climbing gym on Friday night and my forearms are shot. Like I can't even make a fist without it hurting. Please send help.
Oh god.
Hacker man.
You spin me right round, baby, right round.
When we're going down, down.
I mean, I do like I actually rotate with the turret, and it's not just me standing in the same spot, or me getting like flung off.
I didn't miss anything, did I?
No.
Nothing.
DG Food told you something, right?
With food, did you try to reach me? If I accidentally hit a key, I apologize, but no, I wasn't trying to reach you.
You said something like 2 minutes ago. Looks like or something.
I think Karma heard that. Maybe not. So what I said, Karma, was that what we might do if Shugart is supervising the people that are a little bit slow to get into the server. We're having a lot of issues last night with people getting into the AWN server. What we might do, maybe I'll brief you guys and bounce over there to brief them after the publishers start joining, or after you've had a moment or two to get organized, just to save some time. But part of that will depend on how many laggards there are getting in the server.
This way we might roll again. Goddamn.
If the op is over an hour and 30 minutes for one round, I'll be amazed.
I mean, yeah.
Well, there's 2 different plans, right? So we can just be doing different things.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's too open-ended. There's no way to plan for it. Oh well. It wouldn't be the first time we had super long. It wouldn't be the first time we had a super long round, so I don't think it's a huge deal.
last round too. Last session.
Well, yeah, early game was pretty long.
3-4 hours.
But no, we started at 30, ended around like around like 5 something. It was only
As
like
long as I don't
2.5, 3 hours.
As long as I don't have Handlog or Pepperino in my squad, I'm happy.
What's wrong with Hamdog? Aside from him?
Alright, hello everybody, and welcome to our Squad Ops One Life event. I am your commentator for this evening, ShadowedRitual. And tonight we bring to you Operation Jinx. I'm also joined by Expit. How's it going, Expit?
It is going awesome. I can't wait for this one.
Gonna be doing a little light color commentary. He is the one who designed this operation, and he designs most of our more recent operations. He does take, I'm throwing him under the bus here, but he does take like suggestions, and he does read them, but for the most part he comes up with a bulk of our operations. How many operations would you say you've gotten from the community that you put into?
Yeah, I think there's been 3 or 4 that have made it onto an actual op doc, and we've played in in operation for sure. Yeah. There's quite a few other submissions, but you know, it's always waiting for new maps and assets and fun stuff to do.
When was the first squad op for Throwerman? The squad ops will be 2 in April. So squad ops was founded, I think it was like April 26th or 7th, almost 2 years ago. So it's been around for quite a while, actually. When you like how long this game has been out.
Oh yeah,
Alpha.
it's gonna be
so should be, yeah, this op should be a lot of fun. Before I go over the operation, let's go over who will be participating in this operation as far as command goes. For the British team, we have Platoon lead Karmaket, with his squad leads the Alpha Guido, Acid Panelones, Hero, and Efink. For the Russian side, we have Platoon lead Assault, with his squad leads Bag of Joe, Up, Storm, and Bump. So as far as commands go, very even, or very similar styles of command. Both of them like to be out in the front for the most part. Karmakut's obviously got the edge of being a founder of Squad Ops, and obviously having participated in more ops than Assault. But Assault has done very well in the ops that he has commanded in. And squad leads, it looks fairly similar as far as they go, as far as leadership styles. I'd really put it in favor of Russians, I'd say. Storm and Bump are very, very proactive squad leads, and they're not afraid to just do something and then update squad platoon lead on what's happening. But British side, they've got some pretty consistent squad leads. Acid's really good, Alpha Guido's really good. So it should be pretty even as far as squad leads go. You have any opinions on these guys, Expert? I think they're all bad.
Yeah. No, they're all good. I think for this kind of op, I think that the leadership core we got on both sides is fairly even matched. So it's going to be a good one. I mean, I've watched Assault. I think Assault commanded the last time we ran Jinx, and I actually like his style. It's a little bit more tactical, a little bit more milsim. Puts his guys in places in which to set him up for success. So, and Karma Cut's no slouch either. So I command wise, I think we're solid, and SL wise, I think we got some good experience. So.
And for an op like this, yes, let's go over this operation now that we've rolled into that. So let me go ahead and put up the map to show you how useful Expert really was in helping these squad leads prepare for this. It's just a question mark. The premise of Jinx is the unknown. Is these squad leads go into this knowing what their loadouts are, and that is it. They will get their brief 5 minutes. Did you say, Expert, 5 minutes before we go live, or 10 minutes before?
Yeah, 10 to 5 minutes. Yeah, enough time for them to talk about it and then ask questions and then brief their guys and then load up and go.
So let's go over assets, and then I'll go over the brief. We have that information that they do not. Expert was kind enough to allow me to see that. British assets include 1 squad lead, 2 fire team leads, 2 automatic riflemen, 1 medic. For the platoon armory, which the platoon lead can deal out as he sees fit, is 1 medium machine gun, 2 laws, and 1 heavy anti-tank. Vehicles, they get 1 transport truck and 3 logistic trucks with 2k ammo and 1k build. So that's up to 6k ammo and 3k build points. Russian assets include 1 squad lead, 2 fire team leads, 2 automatic riflemen, 1 medic. For their platoon army, which again the platoon lead can deal out as he sees fit, is 2 RPG-26s, which are essentially the laws, and 1 RPG-7, which is the RPG that has the 2 fragmentation rounds along. The vehicles, they get 1 trans truck and 3 logistic trucks with any load. For FOB logistics, at their patrol base, they can get 1 mortar and various defense. So, the premise of this operation is the unknown. The only thing the squad leads know is that they will be patrolling an area. They will be patrolling Yeho Rivka. I'll go ahead and bring up the map. The actual map, so you can see a little more detail. So they're going to patrol Yeho Rivka in some way. There may be contact early, there may be contact right at the end, but they just know they're going to patrol 2 locations before heading to a third.
136 command brief.
130 is command brief, so 136 command brief. So we got 3 minutes before command brief. Okay, so we'll give you the heads up before we hear.
Are there any extra kits?
CG Fu give the brief to the actual command. So, British mission is a patrol needs to be conducted to obtain enemy positions and strength. Your platoon will conduct 1 of these patrols. You will need to check some locations before arriving at your final destination. When you do, you'll need to set up a communications with the company and hold your location in case more patrols or information needs to be obtained. So the British, they're going to set up a FOB. They're going to patrol a couple locations before finally setting up a FOB at their final point. Russian forces. A patrol needs to be conducted to obtain enemy positions and strength. Your platoon will conduct 1 of these patrols. It essentially says the same thing. It does say the same thing, doesn't it? Yeah, this is the exact same thing. For the
exact same thing.
Cool. So they're both doing the exact same thing as far as they know. But the patrol areas are different. So for mission 1, Russian forces or British forces will start at Maine. They will take their logistic trucks to patrol 3 locations: F95, this little farmhouse, H63, West Petrivka, J67, Upper Petrivka, and then they will finally head to set up their FOB at Yevnivka, this town here. Pretty common. What if someone stream snipes? If somebody stream snipes as far as the a regular line member goes, I mean, what are they going to do? They're going to know, but they've still got to follow their squad lead's command. None of our squad leads and none of our commands are trusting our staff and our regulars now. And if they do, I mean, the consequences will be banned from squad ops. I don't think anybody wants to really risk that. These operations are about the feel and like the immersion of the game, not about winning or losing. It's about getting in the scenario and trying to complete it to the best of your objectives as if you were a person actually in. As best we can do when it comes. So British forces will be starting at Maine, patrolling the farmhouse at F95. they're patrolling West Petrivka, Upper Petrivka, and then finally heading to Yevnivka. Yevnivka? I think I'm saying it right. Russian forces.
It's a weird one.
Yeah, Russian forces will start at Main as well, but they do not get any vehicles. They will be patrolling 3 locations as well. K22, which is this little farm, or it's like a radio tower, isn't it?
I can't remember.
No, it's a little like farmhouse. Yeah,
Farms.
Farms and whatnot. So K22, M48, which is a little farm. I think this is a gas station, or what gas station used to be.
Oh, that's a further right corner. There, yeah.
M48, yeah. And then they will head to K792. So they have to patrol 3 locations. British have to patrol 4. So just so you can see the overmap, British will start here, move to F95, move to West Petrivka, move to Upper Petrivka, move to Yevnim. Russian forces start at their main, move to K22, move to M48, then move to Yevnim. We might see some long-range engagements from K22 to the Upper Petrivka area if they see them crossing in the open. We might see some shots from Upper Petrivka across the fields, or maybe somebody pushing to take control of this overpass, I guess. It's a lot of opportunities for long-range engagements, and then there's obviously the close-in fights that's going to happen in Yevnivka. Let's go ahead and
letting you know that a patrol needs to be conducted in the Europa area to obtain enemy positions and strength. Your platoon is being asked to conduct one of these patrols. You'll need to check on several locations potentially before arriving at your final destination, and you need to set up a communications outpost for the company and hold that location in case more patrols or other information needs to be obtained. So we might need to run a few more patrols. We'll see what happens. British forces are going to start at Main at Live as you are now. Going to take your allotted vehicle transportation to Foxtrot 9-5, and you're going to dismount and move on a foot patrol from there. You may not use vehicles after reaching Foxtrot 9-5 due to the threat of enemy aircraft. Patrol the following locations before moving to a final location. So, you're going to patrol H63 and then Juliet 6-7 for possible enemy infantry contact. Once those locations are clear, proceed to final location in Yevnivka, which is in Kilo 7-6. Secure the village of Yevnivka, or Hinik, I can't even say it, and set up the platoon radio in Kilo 792.
Our current markers are accurate, correct?
Let me review. Foxtrot 9-5, Hotel 6-3. So it should be north of that. Hotel 6-3, Juliet 6-7, and then the town on the cap zone in Kilo 792. Once you get to Kilo 792, you are to place a fob but no defenses. That's your communications array. You're to guard the fob and patrol the area around that particular village. If enemy forces are encountered at the town, you are to secure it at all costs. You are serving as the rally point for the company. Any questions about the mission as it's been issued?
Alright, so our orders are to move to Objective Rally Point, Foxtrot 951, dismount, conduct foot patrol to West Petrivka, then to Upper Petrivka, and then finally at Yevhid, whatever that is. Set up the communications array, patrol further, over.
That is correct, Command.
Okay, roger.
Alright, very nice, brief, concise, brief, to Karmacat from Fu. Did a pretty good job explaining it. I don't think there's any questions on what their objective is. Hopefully he doesn't get, Karma doesn't get confused with the whole, patrol further. I think that was an issue last time, but I think he's gonna understand that he needs to defend his base as well as have you know, having some kind of form like squad on the outside, or at least a fire team for flank.
OJP.
Let's listen in on what Karma has planned for
1, 2, 3, 4 in that order.
Plan is
You're going to use the following route. Okay, roger. You see that hook left, and then center. Dismount at that. We're gonna.
I thought he said that was our dismount lock.
Yeah. Command. HQ. This is command.
Go ahead, Cap.
Are our orders strictly to drive straight to Fox 955 and then dismount there, or over?
Where this op gets a little bit tricky.
Wishes for you to dismount your vehicles in Foxtrot 95, bearing in mind you could potentially take enemy contact en route to that position.
Lovely. Okay. All right.
1, 2, 3, 4, in order. Pushing the route. I'm gonna mark.
Is enemy command? No. Enemy command K and crew is assault.
Something tells me we're
Will
not
be
going to get
command.
to the point where we set up a radio.
We're gonna dismount right there. All right, in the town. We'll get security. Once we get there, patrol formation is gonna be as follows: 1 and 2 on the front left and front right flanks respectively. So once again, that's 1 on the front left, 2 on the front right. Acid is going to be then Guido in the center, with Acid trailing behind. Copy.
Yep,
Copy.
we're good.
All right, that's pretty much.
I want to be able to draw my. That's something I'm gonna look into.
Do you want to slap vehicles? Does the warrior have that? Yeah, Brad. Alright, give him platoon brief.
Alright, let's listen in on this platoon brief. Pretty simple plan is they're going to take this route here, marked with their little markers, their squad markers, and then they're going to dismount, and then just going to platoon line.
Platoon brief.
Enemy command is assault. Are we going to get the in-game POV from SL's stream? Canker, no we are not. I need to train up some more commentators, get some more commentators situated and good to go before we can do some multi-game stream. Or some more mixers. One or
Over
the
here
other.
in the light, you didn't.
Being the
You're
bad
ruining
person
lighting.
and making his squad look into the sun
Okay.
before they're brief. What a
Oh
monster.
my god.
Baby shark.
All right. Nope.
I just listened to the Russian plan and what you and I Shadow talked about earlier
Alright.
before we started the stream.
Here's the plan.
May
We're
not
going to be
essentially
conducting a
happen.
patrol
So
in the region, Yeho Rivka.
we may see some
We are going to be
different
munching into
ideas
our
of how to
respective trans
tackle
vehicles.
this beast.
Squad 1 is going to be
Alright,
taking
let's-
trans.
well,
Squad 2,
Get an
3,
update on
and
what
4
that is.
will each take
Looks like
logic.
Carmen's about to start his brief.
Now, we're going to be proceeding that order to the following waypoint along the MSR. We're going to be moving to J1216, taking a left into the airfield, then taking a right out of the airfield, following that to the small town in Fox 1165, then following that to Fox 951. That's where we're dismounting. That's where we're going to be stopping. Anywhere along this route, we might take contact, at which point in time, vehicle drivers will push to the clearest, to the closest cover. You'll dismount, and then we'll figure out how we're going to deal with it. But yeah. All right. As far as patrol objectives, from the Fox 954 location, we are then to conduct foot patrols into West Petrivka, clear West Petrivka, push into Upper Petrivka, and then finally push to Yev, marked by the 5 marker. When we reach Yev, we are to put down a communications array, aka the radio, and then patrol the surrounding regions as well, until mission completion or mission change. Now, the formation for the platoon movement in the patrol is going to be E-Fank on the front left, Hero on the front right, Alpha in the center, and Acid in the rear. We're gonna be moving as a platoon, keeping it pretty spaced out. Movement will come through. Once again, that contingency for if we take contact before we reach our objective rally point is either going to be to push through if it's light contact, or to stop, hold, and advance into the ambush if it's heavier. But I'm hoping we can get there and dismount without any issues, get the platoon information, and then begin our patrol. Are there any questions at this point in time?
Question. Platoon formation, is that platoon line?
Negative. It's going to look more like an arrow. So that's one on the
Wedge.
left.
Copy.
Nah, not a wedge. Because the other platoons will be right behind it in center line. Does that make sense? So one's on the left, is on the right, and 3 and 4 are following, not in a wedge, following behind it. Does that make sense?
Tracking.
Okay. Are there any questions?
Just to clarify, our objectives are to clear Petrivka and then place a radio in Yev.
Our objective, once again, is to push in the vehicles to the rally point at Fox 952, dismount, get into formation, and then patrol West Petrivka, Upper Petrivka, and then Yehiv. Once we've cleared Yev, we put down the radio for the communications, and then patrol on foot the surrounding area as well. Is that clear?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Making sure it is very clear what they need to do. Let's let that soak in a little bit, and let's switch places over to Russian side. Expert, do you sort of want to give a quick overview of what their plan is going to be, or the general idea of their plan? They have only got to patrol 2 locations before moving to their final, whereas the British have to patrol a little bit more.
Right, yeah, so that's part of the unknown. So they don't know that the Russians have either. They don't know if they're just sitting there waiting for them, or if they're out on patrol also, or what they're doing. So it sounds like the Russians are actually going to split their platoon right in the beginning and tackle their patrol a little different. They're actually going to send 2 squads on their 2 first patrol objectives before moving on to Yev. And the other 2 squads are going to go on a kind of like a screening force mission through Petrivka. So you're going to have contact before they even get to the final objective. Hopefully, it's all timing, right? It depends on how fast each platoon moves, but it's a little different.
We were picturing like medium to long range engagements from patrol points. And it looks like it's going to be maybe some building to building fighting. It maybe some hilltop to building fighting. Yeah, that's going to be interesting. It's really interesting that Assault. Yeah, that's part of the unknown of this optics bit brought up. Like the others, Karma does not know what Assault's mission is. Assault does not know what Karma's mission is. So switching back to the British side, from Karma's perspective, his mission is 2 parts. One, it's a vehicle escort mission, because that's what he was told. Move the vehicles here. And then it's part 2 of his mission is to foot patrol. He doesn't know if the Russians are going to be in place to catch him on the on his vehicle path, I guess, on the route he's chosen to move his vehicles. And there's literally no way that the Russians can get there. Like, I'm not missing that, right, X? But there's like no way that they're going to come into contact.
I wouldn't say no. Yeah. Unless they did something weird and took a left turn at Albuquerque or something.
Yeah. So like the on edge from the very beginning, whereas it's gonna be a good 5 to maybe 10 minutes of just maneuvering, jockeying for position, just trying to get information. That is half of the operations. For me, that is half of the fun of the op. Is just the time before the shooting. Mostly because I'm bad at shooting, so I'd rather get the information and hope I'm in the right position rather than trust in my aim. But like that's part of what makes these operations fun. It's a lot more fun than just running into shoots and potentially get a couple kills.
Subo, don't use text chat.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, maneuvering as a full platoon in the game of squad is something you just can't get in vanilla squad play. So when the guys get in here, they almost kind of look forward to being part of a bigger team,
Yeah, yeah. It's not working squad to squad. You're working with like a full platoon, a full 32 people. We got 36 on this team. We've got a couple admins and the commentator. We are live. So yeah, about 34 people on each team working together. It's a lot of fun, guys. If you're interested in participating in these events, you should check us out, squadops.gg. All you have to do is take our basic course. I know somebody who spoke up earlier. It was like Rain something. If you're still here, what's up? Said he had taken his basic course today, and it's exciting to get more people involved in these operations, participating.
Alright, continue. Who wants to have time?
Taking it slow. They're scared. You guys have no idea.
Well, I do too.
Or is this respawn? No, this is a 1 life event. Good luck, have fun. It's a 1 life event. So what the life they've got the life they've got. We are doing some new things, and I'm glad we've got Expert here, our mission designer, that sort of it shows how our operations have adapted over time. Is we've started allowing vehicle or ammo rearming. Like we've started allowing you to rearm off of the rifleman ammo bags and vehicles. What's your reasoning behind that, Expert? Just sort of playing around with V12, seeing if we can balance it, or
Nope, it's right here.
Yeah, I'd say one of the things that the guys really wanted was longer, firefights. And one of the problems that we had in one of our ops, like Mistwalker, was that guys were running out of ammo before they even got to the objective because the firefights were at such distance, there was so much suppression, that the ammo bags actually kind of came along, and we're like, that's something we were thinking about having anyways in our mod, but the OWI put it in there, and so far it's working out pretty good. Little balancing issues probably with the high explosives, but as far as the rifle ammo, it's worked out pretty good, and it allows the guys to use more suppression, and guys aren't scared to suppress stuff they can't see. Like your squad leader's yelling at you to lay down fire to the east, and you don't see any targets. You kind of like, I don't want to waste my ammo on air or leaves.
Yeah. I'm sure there's more balance and stuff once the SDK gets updated. To balance that. But yeah, I've enjoyed the rearming stuff. It seems pretty good so far. Another change we've started to do with our operations is for those of you who have been with us a while, the kits used to be always set. It was each squad got each thing. Like each squad would get a lat. Each squad would get the 2 MGs or the 2 ARs. And we sort of started floating over to having a platoon armory and allowing the platoon lead to deal out kits and sort of specialize each squad and what he wants them to do. What's the reasoning behind that? Just being able to adapt the weapons to fit the op, or what's your idea behind the platoon armory?
Yeah, well, in the early mission designs, we were like turning one squad into a weapon squad, which is kind of more in line with the typical, the way platoons are made up. So by giving the command and the squad leaders an armory for weapons they can pick out, allows them to kind of like customize their platoon for whatever they're envisioning their mission and or tasks to be. So if they definitely, like if you get a bunch of lats, you may just want to have one squad on anti-tank duty, and that's all they're going to do is going to have 4 lats instead of riflemen. Or they get the platoon MGs into the weapon squad, and you got 2 fire teams both with an MG. And in some operations, we actually give them more selection in the armory than they actually have slots for, so they can, have 2 GLs and 1 lat and whatever they envision they need on the field. So a little bit of flexibility and a little bit unknown for the other team too, because you don't know if the other team's going to have, every squad's going to have 2 GLs, or if every squad's going to have 2 lats. You just don't know sometimes.
If need be, we can always enable always on place to get him back in.
Yeah, I'm really liking all these changes that have grown with squad ops as the further the further and further we move along. The British forces looks like they've parked their vehicles. They made it to their first patrol location. They've checked the area by driving into it. They didn't even really send a squad ahead of their vehicles, but that is okay. They're at their position. They're going to start their foot patrol soon. Let's go ahead and fly over to where the Russians are. But what their movement's going to be like. They're already getting pretty close to the Upper Petrivka area. Yeah, it looks like we've got Squad 2 led by Storm and Squad 3 led by Tap. Moving towards the Upper Petrivka area. Let's see them. There they are, moving through the field.
10-second hold for a guy to muster up.
This is...
Yeah, copy. I'm getting ahead of you. Just look down this valley.
I'm going to move into the Petrivka area. No way anybody's going to see.
Alright, one, go ahead and drop that rally.
They're going to move into Petrivka and get set up pretty quickly. Are you ever short on players? Gillick, have some support. We're full pretty consistently, and we usually have a wait list. But like if you want to participate in the ops, check out squadops.gg, and you can see on our calendar just how full we get, and that sort of helps you gauge. We do run our operations every Wednesday, twice on Saturdays. We started doing post-scriptum missions on Sundays, and I'm about to pick Expert's brain on that for just a little bit while the Russians move into position about how can we expect more postscriptum missions? And we also do a Friday night firefights that you should look out for. So yeah, expect this postscriptum mission. Are there any plans for more of them, or are we still in the testing phase?
I think we're kind of done testing. I just finding the style that fits right for the the weapons of that time, and the terrain that it's in the postscriptum is a little different than what's in squad. I think this month we should have another one on Sunday, another full platoon on platoon one, and then we're gonna just maybe tone it down a little bit and start doing firefights a little bit more often and postscriptum on Fridays. But I think those are going to be limited to people who have taken basic from squad ops. So
yeah. Right now we don't need basic for postscriptum, but as soon as we get enough people to sort of close that down and make the quality of the
and then northeast into Petrivka. You copy?
Just have 2 squads check out Petrivka, others to clear out other possible file locations. Boogeyman,
Yeah,
oh you cheater! Where are you?
Alright,
already die?
Start pushing it out northwestbound. Over.
Oh yeah, but Expert already gave us a update on what their plan is. Yeah. Tap. Oh, you DC'd Boogeyman? Unfortunate. Looks like Tap and Storm are gonna move into Petrivka pretty unharassed. They're gonna be able to get set up well before the British forces get even to the West Petrivka area. I'm gonna fly back over to them. Since that's whose comms we really hear, I'm sure Expert will give us some update because he is on the Russian side. If the Russians spot them.
One, I'm kind of staying behind you for now because I don't want to
look at their formation. So the formation that Karma was going for is that arrow, which Wayne Newton, who's one of the he's been around a bit. I recognize the name and I recognize him as an FTL. He's done really well. The Karma called it an arrow. Wayne said it was a wedge. Both are the same thing. Fairly certain, right? Expert. An arrow is a wedge. A wedge is an arrow.
Sure. I don't know.
You're doing the arrow part of the arrowhead, which is wedge shaped. This is how Karma dies right here. He's always out in the open trying to get as much information as possible.
Yep. Small change.
This is how he leads though.
I want you.
Same with Assault. They both got very similar.
Copy.
Similar spots.
3 follow
or similar command styles.
Roger.
Wedge formation is a military formation for patrols. Exactly. That's what Wayne called it, is a wedge, whereas Karma called it an arrow. Which I guess.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get a high up. And Wayne was trying to use the correct term, I think was the idea. And it looks kind of like an arrow. Really lopsided arrow. A little blobby up at the top. We've got a stagger column for the base of the arrow, the shaft of the arrow. They pulled back a fire team. I assume he's going to. This is actually a really good spot where Karma's at to lay down a base of fire onto the Petrivka area if he needs.
It's gotta be right. It's the only. That's the only buildings out
there.
there.
I'm actually surprised he hasn't seen those Russians crossing. Maybe the foliage at that distance is enough concealment for them.
Barn at northeast about.
Yeah, some stuff isn't rendering in is the thing.
That's problem. That's like H7.
They're looking at West Petrivka. He's concerned. I'm gonna zoom in closer. I think that might be it. Yeah, buildings just aren't rendering in at that distance. That is the Petrivka area. You see things popping in. Unfortunately, my computer's not. Well, I'm not sure if it's good enough to do. If you look at your settings, you can actually it's like render everything or load everything. Load all textures is what it's called. I'm afraid my computer's gonna catch fire if I do that, just because of how big some of these squad maps are.
Like halfway out to that field to see if shit
renders in. No. I'm confident. I'm fairly confident. Spread you guys out here and just Overwatch on the map.
Oh no, I see it. Yep, I got you now. Yeah, all right.
Okay.
They went into the tunnel under the road. Go check out the Russian. Well, I was looking at where Karma was. The rest of his platoon is made it to the road, and they're going to continue their way east to the area.
All squads, this is command. I have eyes on West Pet with squad 4.
Am I going so slow? is this tunnel. That you can go through this tunnel.
Yeah, the drainage ditch.
Yeah, that's neat.
Guido and I will take the
That is
east road
super cheeky.
and follow that road in.
Look at that.
South end of
That's
Pet over.
neat. I didn't realize you can go in that.
To
And then
rejoin the
yeah,
squad.
Tap and who else with them? Storm. Tap and Storm Squad
If you
make it
go
into
west
Petrivka,
Pet,
and this
I'm
is
gonna
where the
take
engagement's
Guido
gonna happen.
eastbound following this side
I
road
wonder if
northbound
their
into West
if their orders are for Expo can enlighten us on this. Are their orders to engage and then fall back, or are they holding Petrivka? Are they just more trying to push them off before?
I think I don't know if they're a screening force or if they're gonna. I think they're moving east and they're gonna head right towards the end objective. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they're gonna just push south until they get in line with their objective. So they're gonna push from Upper Petrivka through Lower Petrivka.
I think so. I think they're gonna go directly south and then move into Yev from there.
Yeah. I think the timing's gonna be slightly off for them. They will not see Karma's platoon coming in from the west. There's too many buildings in the way.
Yeah. They're like ships at night, man, just passing in the fog. They don't even know it.
Hey, Karma's platoon is still a good 600 meters away. Well, about 600 meters, a little less.
Continue from here. We can still go east.
It's your discretion. I need you to get
See what
eyes on
happens.
West Pet over.
I have no idea what their objectives. Where the enemy is right now. They've got to be on edge. We are how long into this match? We were live at 22. About 12 minutes into this match.
Roger.
Math is hard. 14 minutes.
Yeah.
Eyes on West Pet in case you take contact.
Yeah, it's been a while. Usually by now, either team has seen each other, and there's fire. These are a small firefight.
Yeah. Like a buddy team engaging, pinning somebody down, but nope, no contacts so far. This is gonna be intense whenever the fire does actually happen.
Yeah, and typically everybody knows what the objectives are, and this one you don't know where the fight's going to happen. The meeting engagement can happen right now, and so these guys are pretty tense. Everybody's really taking it slow and keeping up their security, and it'll be fun to see what happens here in the next 5 minutes.
Yeah, and Tap also just comes back plenty of time. They're not gonna lose anybody, or they're not gonna come into contact for a little bit. I feel time is gonna be a constraint for this Hopkins crew. I don't think so. I don't think this is gonna last much longer than an hour, because either way, if they don't spot these guys at West Petrivka, then as far as they know, they're gonna head back to their objective, and they're gonna hold the objective, Yevnivka, while the rest of the Russians, which will go fly over really quickly, they should just be running to their first 2 points. Yeah, they checked the first 2 points, and Russians are already moving south to Yevnivka.
Copy. I'll hold my guess.
The Russians are going to be on the defense for this, I believe, generally speaking, while the British forces will be pushing into. And they're going to keep looking east if it keeps going like this. Oh, Russian forces, yeah, they're going to be moving east while the British forces come up behind them. The Russian forces aren't careful. They got to maintain good 360 security. And make sure they're consistently watching their west. And I'd even say like southwest, northwest. But definitely their west.
Solid copy.
Well, maybe not so much the southwest, but definitely the northwest and direct west.
Yeah, you got it.
Okay.
Armor's got a full squad with him pushing east towards the endpoint, I'd say.
We're gonna have to across this field, so one of us
1, 2, and 3 start to push east across the field. Super scared. They have no idea there's nobody there.
Karma, how far north do you want me going?
You copy too.
Yeah, until you get good eyes on west and maybe even upper. How copy over?
Solid copy.
Alright. One's moving now.
I copy.
Full sprint all across the field.
Got to be really tense for these guys running across this field, because a lot of windows in Petrivka, a lot of areas where you can see through fences and whatnot, that they can be shot from at any time. And to top it off, they're running into the sun, so it just makes it that much harder.
Right. One's make north and cover that road, please. Two's running to stay with actual.
Copy.
Going through the break the front.
Try to get eyes in the next part of the village. 4-7.
Copy.
You doing, E-Fink? What are you doing?
How do you want us?
You want to get
Here, I got eyes on the building or the part of the town from the south.
Push up, watch you guys face it.
Alright, two, we are
Push up
set.
just by pairs. I want you guys to this building here and then moving up to the east.
Copy.
Alright, copy, we're gone.
We're gonna
Any guesses on how many kills HML will get? Sure, where is HML? He's right here. I just saw his name. Yeah.
Can't get into that building.
We'll see. He's on point, but he is a medic. The survivability of a medic, our ops is pretty high. Are you going to do a squad operation with a tank, Divine?
Yeah, just
Prolo, Expert. Are we going to do a squad operation with a tank? Any plans on that?
I think we're doing the mod test with tanks maybe tomorrow. And yes, after the mod, after we have our op mod updated, we probably will include a tank or two up.
All right. So is it on the calendar? You know.
Yeah, I think there's an issue with the SDK right now, and so we're not sure if we're going to be able to test the full-blown armor on Arbor Op tomorrow, or if it's going to be a different one. But the mod should be ready to go here by next week.
Okay, cool. So we'll be able to test that soon, and then we get the mod going soon, and that's going to change a lot. And as far as I understand from what I've been hearing, they're able to do so much with the SDK now when it comes to like specific areas of that can be damaged on vehicles. I know we were interested in doing that, obviously changing value of ammo.
No, but you stay set. Okay.
And things like that. I'm excited to see what our mod team can come up with.
Yeah, you stay with Nova.
Yep.
Clear.
Biggie's way over there.
Right here, my G. I just cleared this building right there. It's clear.
Yeah. Biggie, move up the fence with me.
On point, like a bad squad lead. I always call this out. Like, as a squad lead, you can't be in the front the entire time. You gotta let somebody else in front so that way you can like lead your squad. Because if you go down, that puts so much pressure on your fire team leads.
Get stack going.
And it doesn't always pay off.
Don't even need to push in.
Like, sometimes a squad fire team lead can really step up, but sometimes, you know, some of the less experienced squad fire team leads who are really just trying to get into it.
Go right.
You put a lot of pressure on them when you die.
I'm going right. I'm going right.
Early.
I'm hitting this yellow house.
Where's the rest of our fire team?
Rest of the cleared out West Petrivka, no problem. British forces are in there. Going to continue on to Upper Petrivka. Karma's going to take his guys. Got about a squad.
Start figuring out you're bound to Upper Ped over.
Karma's got what is this, half a squad or so. It's about a squad.
The rear with MG.
6. A little more than a fire team actually. On the south, and they're moving towards Yevnivka. Yevnivka. I'm gonna say it. That's how it's pronounced. Russian forces set up with a screening force on the west. 2 squads in the center. No. Got a screening squad on the west. Got a squad holding point proper. You got 2 squads on the east. One close, one far. Unsure what this squad 1 led by Bump is going to do. Possibly get on the south side and hold out from West Stepney. From the Russian point of view, who has no idea where the British are, that's good. A good thought process is that there's a possibility they can come from West Stepney because that's the direction their main is from. So Assault probably just trying to read into the situation as if he had no idea, because he has no idea where the British forces are, and he's gonna preemptively put some guys in West Stepney, prevent them from getting set up there, protecting his south flank, and he's already got guys watching his. I assume 4 is going to be more of a QR after plug holes than actually be area. That's really more of a ditch, isn't it? To be fair, this position's not much better with this cover, but yeah, it's like just a giant ditch.
1, hold your pause. 2, I want you to
take the best place to hit Yev is the south near the lake. See,
3,
so yeah.
Take up 2's current pause now. How copy over?
3's have insane cover.
All right, execute when ready.
Be advised that trench line is really a ditch. It's about.
Yeah, so yeah, this squad 4 is going to be more of a reinforcement squad for the Russians. Bump leads a pretty good offensive squad usually. I'm surprised he's running support team crew. Yeah, I mean he may end up being offensive. Well, as from his perspective, he is the offense now that he knows he's already set up his position. He is now the flanking squad for the defensive position. That sort of puts him on the offense, doesn't it? I mean, when you reason it like that. He doesn't look like he's going to go to West Stepney. I was just reading a little too much into it. Looks like he's just going to hold the south road Looks like he's getting lat set up on the rocks. I'm gonna go check out that position. Just a few. Let's go ahead and fly back over to the British. See how they're bound into Upper Patricia is going. By the way, Assault was thrown into this at last minute. Mr. Uzi, I don't think that really matters for this operation. There's no way he or Karma could have planned for that because I'll throw up the op map. I'll show you how useful this operation map is. It's a big fat question mark. And their objective is you're patrolling, hope you don't come into contact. So they got their operation brief about 5 minutes before live. So I think Karma and Assault are on the same page when it comes to this. When it comes to this operation.
Yeah. Okay. Sounds good.
Let's set up right here. Right here.
I lost one of my team members and Boogeyman just joined in. Can I get a voice valid to set a rally for whoever joins my squad next? Negative acid.
Alright, Liberal. Actually, no, Liberal.
Copy. South.
Yeah. Yeah, come to me. I want you to sit up on the street. I want you to be looking at that compound on the south side, okay? Make sure we don't get flanked.
That Sunny being a good fire team, getting guys watching their rear security.
One of my guys disconnected, and I saw Boogeyman joined in. I didn't realize Squad 4 needed more men.
Yeah, security in this one's very important. You don't know where you're going to get hit from.
And the thing is, with their loadouts, XP was a little tricky with his loadouts. I'm gonna go ahead and read out the loadouts one more time, well, mostly just the platoon armories. British assets for their platoon armory is 2 laws and 1 hat. When in every one of our other briefs where you know everything, you know if they have extra, if they've got the BTR, if they've got. For all they know, they've got the T-72, and they're expecting to use that hat. They're expecting to use that law. And there's no heavy vehicles for either team. There's no vehicles at all for either teams. These laws and these hats are just for fragmentation, I guess. And that's sort of unknown about this op. It's really cool.
No, whole fire team, whole squad.
I really hope Brits don't pop smoke until they are detected. I see that mistake a lot. Yeah, I agree. I 100% agree with you, K and crew.
Wrong comms.
Don't pop your smokes unless you are spotted, unless you really have to, because if you make it across the street silent, or across the field silent, then I mean, get it across the street, you've got that resource. Anyone else playing squad right now? Gags. Got a lot of people playing squad. Got about 72 doing a Squad Ops 1 life event, but you can check out our whitelist server, it's a squadops.gg invasion server in our squadops.gg. Is it still called the whitelist expert? No,
I think they got rid of that.
Yeah, it's called something. We've got 2 Squad Ops server. Just search squadops.gg in the Squad Ops or in the public servers search bar, and you most likely. Like they don't want to bound directly across this field. They're going to use the trenches and ditches along the outskirts of Petrivka to move in. Really solid base from 2 to lay down fire as Squad 1 moves in.
Alright, one's pushing to upper net.
Watch this movement for a little bit. We'll go check out the Russians in just a few.
Bravo copies.
Copy.
Okay, 1's you're pushing across. You're taking the first northern building, clearing it. 2's trailing.
1's clearing upper pit at this time.
Raj, 1's putting cross.
Good local comms on this fire team. Like Wayne Newton's broken up into buddy team, named them 1 and 2. Easier movement. That's really good. Down to the buddy team level.
Moving.
If lower's clear, or
HMO, we got road security.
I don't need to move
I'll take south, you got north.
Solid.
That is correct.
Peeking
I'm going
compound.
to call upper clear this time.
1's pushing
Okay,
south.
Roger.
Copy.
Yellow building clear.
Karma, I think it's safe to say they got a bit of a perimeter going in Yavivka. They definitely got at least 1 squad in the tree line / trench at
Alright, 2's, let's collapse in, follow 1.
They do 1 east-northeast of Yavivka.
Copy, I'm
They
moving.
definitely got a squad.
Give me a grid again. Lima 6 trench.
Roughly Lima 621. Yeah, that whole trench line. There's definitely a squad in there.
Hey, 1's
There's
hold,
most likely a
hold your
squad.
move
I
right
did
now,
see
let's
movement
let
north / northwest of town, so they probably got some guys around K787. And then from there, I'm just gonna guess that they have a full squad in the town proper, and maybe a squad on the southwest or southeast side of that town.
Alright,
Karma,
if
if we
you guys
get
heard
one
that, I'm
to
updating
push
XP because he's on
that
the other
tree
team.
line
Squad
from
4 has
5
spotted
to 1
a lot of
east,
contact. They
and then
spotted
south,
the
they can get
Russians
a
on the
flank with
west.
whoever's
They
that-
spotted the
that,
Russians on the
tree line
north.
in Kilo
They
62.
spotted. They were guessing that there's about a squad on the
I need
point.
you moving.
There's one
I need
squad
you moving to
unaccounted for.
Kilo 551 through.
Well, they'd be
north.
correct, right?
Right? Yeah. I mean, that's a
Squad
good.
2
Like, if you see squads already out on the flanks of it, and they look like they're set up in defensive position rather than moving. Go ahead and fly over to zoom in from here.
Copy that. I'm going now.
Or you can see a lot of what's already in you from Squad 4's position. Rest of the platoon is going to
Squad 5 might have
try and push in.
potentially better eyes for you at
Or,
my
yeah,
current
from
position.
us moving.
Copy. You want me to move over there now?
Yeah, move over here, clear the immediate area, and then orient towards Yev. Over.
Copy.
Alright, as it looks right now, this will be a southwestern assault into Yev. How copy all squads over?
Roger.
Squad 1 will be on the north, right?
A firm.
Armor's going to plan for a southwestern push onto Yevnivka. Squad 4 is moving into position to lay down a base of fire from the rocks at J835. Got Squad 2 and Squad 3 going to try and push in from the west, probably pushing into Squad 3 for the Russian forces led by TAP. Squad 1 going to push in from the north, probably be the flanking element after everybody commits. Squad 4 is going to be in a really good spot. Squad 4 for the British are going to be in a really good spot to shoot at Squad 3 for the Russians. Straight south, they're going to have the high ground. I'm going to fly over to where they are. I was trying to move while I had the map open, not successfully. But they should have a really good position firing down. Alright, let's see. Find one of their ARs, because he's hopefully the one the best. Trying to push forward just a little bit. See the guys, these red dots that they're trying to shoot at.
Okay, I see it.
Okay, it's right here.
Further down. Alright, yeah, further down, guys.
Lower's pretty
What is
good.
the next thing?
See, I'll flick around these outlines.
Okay.
Somebody's looking right at him. Pipe Funk is
So
looking
from
right
around
at
this
Karma.
position. Hold up. I want you to like somewhere within this
That's some
area.
discipline.
Either at those rocks.
He sees
these
his
those are
target.
really good
I
position,
want
like
that
north and
kill.
west, if there's small rocks here. These big rocks
Karma
if you
should-
want, or this
well,
little open
he's
ground right
probably.
here.
I'm hoping. Have they
Your-
called this
your
out yet?
primary
Have they called
objective
out
from this
has
position.
Pipe Funk or the Russians called out contact to the south? Do they know that they're
Yeah.
here?
Alright.
Yeah, they think there's about a fire team out there.
Okay, so they know that the Russians know that Karma is out here. They may start to lay down fire here soon once they see these two sets of binoculars, both Karma and Alpha, standing
your
right next
goal
to each
here is
other.
to lay down suppression on the town. You're gonna
Hold on,
be shooting
Karma.
through
There's
trees.
possible movement behind us. I gotta go check on that real quick.
Okay, alright, copy.
Possible movement behind him.
Yeah, it was
Getting twitchy.
212 from me. In between the trees. Yeah, look at the top ridge line.
Why that building all the way out there?
2-1-2. So we are
Yeah, dude, I
about
was
30 minutes into this round. Not a shot has been fired.
2-1-2.
Yeah,
It has just been
212,
positioning.
approximately
It's just been
300 to 400
the,
meters.
The
last ridge line.
tenseness that is just jockeying
I
for
look between the
position,
trees and I happen to see
clearing
a
out
bit of
buildings
movement
where you're not
possible.
sure
How
anybody
How
is.
close?
They think there's something over there. You see
300
something at this
350 meters.
this
Copy.
house?
I'm gonna set you two. I want you two watching this. I'm gonna have an AR come and assist.
None there. And
Gotcha.
nothing to the southwest, and they are diverting 3 guys to look that direction. That is how paranoid some of these guys are getting. We got lima beans so far out here by the road. Yeah.
Alright, Roger. En route.
Nothing.
A4.
Get guys out. Let's go. This is going to be the base of fire on 4. We'll fly back over there once they start shooting and they're actually doing something. You get paranoid every once in a while. Once the firefight happens, starts to happen.
Have a better cover.
Yep, I definitely agree, King Crew. Start seeing shit everywhere. Looks like Squad 3, oh no, Squad 2 is in position. They're going to be the ones to push from here. Squad 3, let's see where they decide to move. They're pulling back from the front, I guess. Squad 1's going on a 10-year flank on the north. See what happens there. They'll be about another 20 minutes of their movement.
Probably don't want
That rate. They're going direct north. Like, I don't know what they're gonna do. They'll be here. They'll be back eventually. But Squad 2 is the front right now.
Command lower's completely clear. What do you want us to do next?
Hey Nova, I lost you. Where
Stand
you
by
set
till
up
3
at?
reaches their pop.
I'm at the fence over.
Alright, well, at least
Yeah,
we know
gotcha.
where they are now, or have an idea.
I'm at the fence looking east.
Ranging
I'll be at a Pinka.
Big
you
rotate
hope-
where the medic was.
Take
Get up
this
close
off
with the swaddling.
fence and.
Where was the medic? You want me to head towards squad?
Shots out.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Like Squad 4 is
Tuck it
taking
in,
fire.
tuck it in. No need to see it. No need to see it. Let them waste their ammo.
That's like southeast.
That's 4. They're taking shots.
That's yeah, in the
It's coming
It's
from
like
you.
northeast, east.
maybe.
It's either they're shooting at yeah.
Four,
or
get your
west.
sandbags down ASAP.
Like anybody died in that engagement. Lex Ryan was one who got shot. That's their medium machine gun. That's an asset. I mean, they're all assets, but that's a special asset. Well, not at. Everybody's an
Can I get a
expendable.
sonar to be right here?
It's a special expendable.
Yeah,
I hope
yeah,
they
sure.
still do that in the brief.
096.
Please tell me somebody who's listened to the brief recently.
In that
I haven't
tranche.
listened to that brief in
Right here.
so long.
Here you go.
Please
Yeah.
tell me they still call you expendable. That used to be a thing, if not.
Reach command. I'm gonna meet you under the
There's no
bridge.
reason to expose us.
The contact? Fire.
No, yeah, I thought I saw someone, but
Where? 096?
096?
Two
Yeah,
and
in the
3,
tree
you
line.
guys are going to be the brunt of the assault, coming from the southwest of Yev, under the cover of 4. Squad 1 will be flanking the town from the north after our engagement. Over.
Not a lot that these guys can see from this fence line, but they have a general idea of where they
Southwest,
are.
we're attacking it from the south.
Biggie.
I'm thinking, if we're going to be too
And he's not. He's
oversaturated
an
with
AR.
2 squads here on the south side of that MSR that goes east into Yev, if you can push to like K615 and push it that angle, I'll copy over.
Which would make sense considering where 4 is.
K615, alright.
Yeah, start making your way to K6152, over.
Alright, moving on.
Alright, so he's changed his plan up from a southwest push for the full platoon to a squad on the southwest led by Acid is going to be the one to push in there. Karma will be with him. And Hero and E-Fank, well, it's going to be Hero for the first part to come in from the northwest, almost, yeah, northwest. And E-Fank is going to be push in from the direct north after contact has happened. So expecting to be out of this fight for a little bit, and he's going to continue to. Let's go check out his environment for a little bit, because this is all we're going to see of him for foreseeable future. Over here. What do you guys think of the change of the plan from a west to from the southwest push to both a southwest and north? Really think? I'm saying he's going to be saturated on that southwest, so he's splitting them up. You think he could have pushed in 2 squads on that southwest, and we'll see if that makes it.
Slightly northeast of your position.
We're supposed to sound.
Yeah,
if I had to
roger
guess.
that.
I think we're trying to
3,
go
I
on the
want
north
you
flank
to
of that.
recon your approach into Yev from this position, over.
Do my guess here.
Roger.
Just want to say we all got on a pretty sexy staggered column.
I think the north flank
Right?
will work.
Like, my panties are
this
wet over here,
this
dude.
is this is gonna be their route. I've been playing chess a lot, guys, so I'm used. I've been doing that. I've been watching videos where they do the whole like if they do this kind of thing, and sort of seeing a couple moves ahead. I want to sort of analyze squad like that because why not? This is gonna be their route. They're gonna push here. They're gonna use this trench line maybe, or they might use this field. They're gonna push south from here. They're gonna get in this big ditch. It's really the only like logical, not this big. It's gonna be this big ditch right here. The only logical approach if you're coming in from the north. They've already got a squad here defending it. Because if you come in from this tree line, if you try and use this tree line to the west here, it's an open field.
We're gonna have to follow this water
You
line
can
up
get
to
in
the
this
tree line
trench line
to the
here.
southwest and get to close quarters to start this
You can get in this trench line here, but again, you've got tree line to push across.
You need to be ready to shift
So
fire.
you're gonna have to get in this
If 3
this
gets
trench
caught
on
there,
the
they
east
will
side. If you
and
look,
blade fire from the east.
pushing
I'll
through
copy
that,
over.
they're gonna push to this
Solid
trench
copy.
line.
Alright,
Here.
roger. 3
Could push
approach
here.
as close as you can right now.
Option.
Yeah, roger.
But they're gonna. I can almost guarantee you this is gonna be their approach. Got a really good spread. The Russians have a really good
All squads in
spread.
positions and 4 mics ready to go. Over.
I'm almost ready.
4 minutes. Let's kick off.
Yeah, 2's gonna be coming in from the northwest. 1 is direct north. 3 is southwest. How copy all over? Copy.
Now Tad, heroes coming to contact.
What's going on?
Directly across the road from me.
Alright, 2, keep them tied
Yeah,
up.
squad 2 and 3 are gonna wipe each other. These two squads are gonna wipe each other, or Tap's gonna push back or pull back.
The contact that 2's getting hit by over.
This changes it up. So 2 in contact with 3. 1 is gonna try and flank from the north. 4 is gonna counter 1. 3 is gonna have the opening if he can push from 2, but 1's got the counter to that. Look at them. I feel like Assault's got the better position in this. Are you reading the same thing, Expert? I think Assault's in a better position.
Yeah, he's being flexible. He was thinking they were going to come from the swamp from the south, so he already sees this flank coming. I don't think he suspects the one from the north, though.
Yeah, I don't think he suspects the one from the north, but we've got Bag of Joe already looking north, and that's gonna allow him to push that. Because he's got a lot of guys in that trench on the east side of Yevnivka. That's gonna allow him to push those guys north, counter that. Push them north. We'll see. You'll be able to update us if they do
Yeah, I
spots.
think they're trying to move north.
They do spot those guys north. 3 is going to be the key factor. Which 3? Squad 3 for Russians or Squad 3 for British?
Contact 090.
Hero, those infantry out here east are pushing.
Go look at the assault on the town. Looks like Squad 3 for Acid. Yeah, Squad 3, Acid Squad for the British. Yeah, they're going to have to be very aggressive in this push. They're going to have to get in there and cause enough havoc to where Assault calls an Alamo and pulls everybody back. Acid's pushing in now. They're getting close. We'll watch that push in. Yeah, big move for Bag of Joe taking that trench. Yeah, King Crew, that trench is very vital and the north to south reinforcements of Assault's movement and allowing him to reinforce north and south using that trench on the east side. Contacts, yeah, C4. Alright, let's go check that out. Look, 4 has already countered this. Look. Boom. Counter flank. Countered. I guess. So, ambush. Started off ambush to squad 3 to 2. 1 down, countered by 4. 3 is the only one who hasn't been spotted yet. Yeah, so squad 3 for Russians have encountered squad 2 for the Brits. Squad 1 for the Brits was told to flank squad 3 for the Russians. Squad 4 spotted squad 1. Now that's super confusing, that's why I had my mouse all over the place. Expert doesn't know what's going on, I'm sure. Because it was just a vomiting of the words.
Everybody's counting everybody.
Yeah, no, that's how I'm playing. It's chess. 3D chess right now going on. But Assault's got the upper hand in his positioning. If he can get Bump Squad to push in. Yeah, see, yeah. Bump Squad, oh yeah, Bump is moving in, Kane Crew. Yeah, Bump Squad needs to move in now and push these guys back. Tap has pulled back into the Yevnivka proper, while allowing Squad to cross the streets. I'd like to have seen Tap leave at least a buddy team there to pull back by buddy team, pull back by fire team to keep up the base fire and just not allow them to get across that street as easily as they did, because it looks like they did a mass crossing and they took no casualties.
Negative. No new enemy positions aside from ones that I've already called.
Can you repeat ones that were already called?
Copy. Hey guys, infantry roughly kilo 786, and infantry last seen in Lima 621, and that's Lima 621. Trench line.
I haven't seen shit. I carry fire.
Three
direction.
fire across the river.
Sagan.
He's down.
Good shot.
He's down. He might have gone prone though. He might have gone prone.
Just wait for him to move.
Down. They caught Squad 2 for the British caught Ryan Hawk and Pipe Funk.
Get ready to push in for him.
Out in the open.
Oh yeah, I'm hitting up.
Oh, look, nice shots. Catching these guys, repositioning. Steve Ass and Storm getting caught. No deaths just yet. Now Squad 2 is in the upper hand. Now Brits are in the driving seat with this base of fire they're able to put down on the Yevnivka from the northwest. It's going to allow Squad 3 to push in from the south. Squad 1 is still being held up by Squad 4 for the Russians, and Squad 3 from the Brits, led by Acid, really needs to push in here before they allow Bump to push, get the flank on. They can't allow Bump to get in this match. Right now, British are in the driver's seat. When Tap pulled back, that allowed Brits to get set up in this. Now they're just unloading.
I'm up.
1 and 2, I need to get it up. 3, I need to get the
Reloading.
Copy.
Pressing everything. Still not pushing in. Oh, okay. Looks like they're moving now.
I want all squads converging except for 4. Copy.
All squads converging. This is the movement now. And all squads converge means all squads, begin the assault.
Watching frags.
Alright, line up on the berm.
Oh, they're gonna. Storm can hear them. They'll fly over from their point of view. It's gonna be easy to see them coming out of the woods. Don't have to worry about trees and stuff.
Copy that.
Squad 1 might actually flank Karma. Yeah, no. Bump squad. Oh, no, they're not going. They're getting baited by Alpha Guido and his 5-6 guys. This could be the blunder here. Frag grenades out.
Good job, or keep those rounds above. Yeah.
Oh, grenade takes out Storm and Sanders.
3 and 4 push it, or 3.
Heavy is going to push into Seabass. Takes out Seabass. Heavy is going to just have to bandage. They've got their foothold. 100%. They've got their foothold.
Okay, go.
5 deads here. There they go. Good push in by Squad 3. This is going to be the key point. This is going to force Squad 1 to return. This is going to force Squad 3 to have to watch their south. And Squad 2 is pushing in from the north. Great push on Karma's Car King Crew. Yeah, no, I agree with you. Good push here. They just need to keep on. They just need to keep the aggressive on. They don't know what's going on right now. Looks like Dick's Folk and Zombie Fair are pulling back from the south. They've just abandoned the south. They've got their foothold on the south for sure. Let's see what happens with Squad 2 on the north now. Is they're going to try and push in. They need to lead with grenades just as Squad 3 did. And they might get these guys. Clay Spawn's not looking in the right direction. Nobody's looking in the right direction.
Solid copy.
Go look at this ambush here. Bump works so hard to position himself here. Squad 1 is going to break contact with Squad 4 for the Russians and going to use the secondary trench line, I'd say this would be. And he's going to try and get them on the west. Bump is going to pull up on Alpha Guido here and his guys. This is going to be the one to come into first contact. Not looking the right way, though. Need to maintain 360 security. That's always the tough thing with these base of fire squads. Is they all get sucked into watching what everybody else is shooting at. They've got one guy, okay. He's looking south. All right, Fitzy. Fitzy's trying to do the right thing. Fitzy's looking the right way. He looked away. What is he doing? Fitzy! Looking at me. Don't look at me, Fitzy. Oh my god, Fitzy's in a perfect position. Don't miss your shots, Fitzy. What are you doing? Come on, you see them. Those are bad guys, Fitzy. I don't know if you knew. He hasn't killed any of these guys. Those are bad guys, Fitzy. Shoot! What are you doing? Oh, he disconnected, unfortunately. He was in such a good spot. Oh my god, he was in such a good spot. He disconnected. Efang's got a good, Strike 420's got a really good spot. He's gonna bleed out here, but that grenade, nope, not good enough. He's gonna bleed out. And he bleeds out. Oh my god. Fitzy could have just turned that around. Fitzy had a line of like 6 of them. Could have been. Let's go check out the objective. Bump secures the flank, or secures the base of fire squad. Looks like they're gonna. Squad 2 is pushed in. A lot of Squad 2 dead, but they pushed in. Actually,
2 and 3,
they're doing good pushing in. They've only lost 1. Oh no, I see 2. He had terrible spacing, would have wasted them in the grade. I 100% agree, K and crew. He could have lit them up. He looked at him and then he DC'd. Oh, that was so bad. So bad. Very unfortunate that he lost his, I guess, internet connection. Whatever happened, it was just unfortunate. Squad, this is squad 1 for the British, is still in sporadic firefight with squad, squad 4 for the British, or for the Russians. It looks like they're winning out slowly. Yeah, they're winning out pretty slowly, but they're winning, and it's allowing them to continue to rotate south using this trench. They finally pushed into the main trench that I said they'd use to push south.
Direct south of you if you can kill them.
And they're gonna use that they can use that to reinforce their guys on the point. What are the kills at? Good point, King and Crew. I haven't done anything with the kills because we haven't had kills in so long. 15 kills for the British, 14 kills for the Russians. Technically an even game. Let's get an update on who's actually alive.
We're clear south side.
Copy, clear south side 2. Keep working on that.
I see
north.
8 on the point, and they've got about 8 again on bump squad on the off that, way off on the flank. That's 16 people about for the Russians. British.
Reading and cutting off the entire north side of Yev. Over. Copy. 3. Do you think it's possible to cross the street?
11.
Hell no. Okay, I want you
17.
south, look after the
So
squad.
British are up a couple more people than I thought. They're up by 4. They're on the defense now as they're continuing to push south. I guess technically they're on the offense still. They've still got to clear this out. Bagajo, Ted V, Clay J, and Brennick on the outskirts shoot in at them. But luckily, who's that? Death Magnet has great sights down the trench line, allowing them to shoot right onto Brennick and Bagajo.
Yes, A-firm, clear it out and then give me a friendly strength count, over. Copy. Alright. We're 5 effective right now.
Yeah, it's too close to call right now who's winning. How copy. Too close to call. I'd say... Oh, positioning-wise, British have it. British have it positioning-wise, but the extra factor, the outlier, is going to be Bump. What does he do? How does he approach getting back to this position? Is there anybody going to watch the southwest approach? That seems to be the route he's chosen. And can these guys tap Clay's Bond, Hamdog, Dix Folk, Assault, and Pale Rider hold out and allow Clay J, Brennick, and Sled V do work on the flanks?
Roger.
Bump is good at these situations, though. Hopefully Bump is good at these situations because he's going to have to pull off something because I really feel the British have the superior positioning. A lot of British died trying to push into these guys. More than I thought. I thought there were about 6 on here, but it looks like we've got Nova, Zeke, House Hippo, and U-Hook. The only one this last round. This is still the first round. There's still one more round to go. If you're interested in participating in these events, check us out SquadOps.gg, and you can sign up on our calendar. You do need our Squad Ops basic course to participate in these events. They're only about 45 minutes to an hour long. They're very easy. They're very fun, I think. And if you're interested in participating in these events and you don't have time to take the Squad Ops basic course, you can check out on the calendar the very first Wednesday of the month, which is next Wednesday, is our open up. Very first Wednesday up of the month is always our open up. Assault is taken out by Zeke. And you can do not require basic for that. Of course, you should check it out. They do fill out quickly. Pale Rider goes down to New Hog. He managed to take somebody out in the process. I missed his name.
Come over here.
So our very first Wednesday op of the month is our open op, and that is next Wednesday. Check it out. SquadOps.gg.
I got you covered.
There's a really good shot into this building here. He might just be able to pin these guys down. Yeah, British force is going to be able to just push these guys out of the trenches. They took out whoever was this guy here, and they've and has fallen to a new squad 4.
I lost him in the grab. The rest of them out at Yev. Copy.
Been trying to do basic for months now. Well, Antboy, check it out. Check it out, SquadOps.gg, and sign up for that open up. You don't need basic, and it's still a lot of fun. A little crazy sometimes our open ops tend to be, just because not everybody has that experience. But there's still a lot of fun. I love new people coming into the game, and I love new people coming into the operations. It's just more people. More people is good. They're using these reads on the south to push in, super sneaky like. This E-Fink, who's E-Fink doesn't stream. This is ShadowedRitual. I'm your commentator for the evening. I don't think E-Fink's ever streamed. Frag grenade goes out, takes out Atomic. Feels like it's always full. Yeah, that's a problem. But if you do get on the waitlist, there's no harm in hopping into the pre-op channel, because if the people on the confirm list do not show, we do pull off that waitlist, and we generally pull off the waitlist pretty deep, I'd say.
Yeah, pretty much.
You jump on the reserve list for basic. Sometimes they take bigger squads. That is true as well, Illusion. They do take bigger squads. I'm not in charge of SOTT though, so I can't promise you anything. These guys in the bump squad has been spotted on the south in these like little reeds area on the north part of this pond. I don't think they're gonna last.
One, have you guys got Northside Town yet?
Kumquat, Gavon, Warrior Cobra, and William FBD gonna go down here soon. I'd say let's go check out the north and how this holdout is. They're slowly pushing through Dixfold, Hamdog, Clayspawn, Sled V. Only ones left near the east side of the objective, tap closest to the objective, and they've got Shughart on the north. Nope, that's not Shughart. So
I've got 2 nades coming at the east, southeast side.
grenade goes out. Kill anybody? Another frag out. Kill anybody?
Fragging us out. They're fragging us out.
Weird.
No.
Back like that. This squad's. I don't know what their options are at this point.
3, you got contract southeast.
One spotted.
Coming up close.
Did Liberal Pundit go down? He was the one closest to them. Lighting up the water. This is just concealment. There's no cover. Oh, Warrior goes down. Kumquat, William FBD, and Gavin.
One, be advised, they're trying to enter the southeast side town. They're very close to the southeast links.
Oh my god, these guys must be panicking so hard. Wonder how they got spotted. So I wonder who spotted them so early. They were definitely looking southwest. They knew, so they knew they had taken out squad 4 in this position, so they had to have known. They were ready for bump to come in from the direct southwest. Maybe they should have changed it up and come in from the south. Maybe. We've got that 20/20 vision. We've got the eye in the sky. We can make these calls, but they know the information they've been given, and perhaps bump was told to just fall directly back to the point we're being overrun, because that's in fact what happened. They were getting overrun. These guys are going to try and crawl out of there. Acid and Sunny looking at him. Same with Karmakut. As far as it goes on the east, they're slowly but surely making progress. They're taking a lot of casualties for their troubles. 29 kills for the British, 21 kills for the Russians. British up in kills, British up in positioning. And I think the British are going to run away with this one.
Rally with you, try to take it out, over.
Duke, I'm shooting at Clay's Bond, I think. Tap takes out one.
Okay, there's contact right around that corner.
Alright, I think let's clear this little building.
I'm gonna move around the back.
Watch out north.
Rifleman, ammo bag. To his advantage. Camping out by it, using it as much as he can. Where do they shoot? I'm gonna watch this. They're shooting at those guys over there on the southwest.
He's on squad 2, the radio's on squad.
Shots from Hamdog. Hamdog's in a really solid spot here. They can't spot him coming out of this.
Okay, Roger.
Tap's gonna have the crossfire with him. Oh, this is a really nasty position for a new hook to be in. He can't go out one way or the other. He goes out that way, scalps the fence. Is there a way in here? No, he has to go in from there. Yeah, not a solid. That's not a good position for new hook. Wonder how many kills Tap's gonna be able to get from this this spot. Did they take out Clay's Bond? That's what those shots were at. No, Clay's Bond is still alive. William, Gavin, and Kumquat still alive.
I got nobody left. It's just me. Roger.
29 to 26 for the Russians. Hamdog, let's see how many Hamdogs got. Hamdog's got 3, Clay's Blonde's got 4, Tap's got 3. This squad's doing a lot of work. Tap squad's doing a lot of work.
Roger. Squad 2, anyone?
Only myself.
Roger.
Uppercut went down. Update on kills. We got update on people alive. 1, 2, 3. 4. 5 versus 5, 6.
North side of northeast, kilo 796.
Right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 British in blue, and 1, 2, 6 Russians in red. Counting right, yeah. Russians are up 1, and they've got the defensive position. He's shooting at. Who do you see? Nothing there, Tap. You gave away your position. Wow, I don't know how I just jumped like that. That was awkward. Yeah, Tap.
HQ command.
They think they've cleared it out. They put their radio
Are
down.
we holding this radio, or are we pushing them? We have the radio. We have an area secure around it.
They don't have the area secure.
17.
They think they have the area secure. So that's the misunderstanding in this
You
op.
said there was contact north of me, or no?
Yeah.
East. Go for
Acid thinks they have the area secure just because they took the south part of the town. So he put his radio down and he thinks he needs to hold it when in fact the Russians were here first. They got their radio down first. They're on the defense, I'm afraid.
Roger.
Or the British are on the offense. Is that I'm reading that the situation correctly, right, Expert? British are on the offense?
Do what you can on the south side of the north.
Yeah, so since Russia was there first, they're considered the defenders, so the British will need to seek out their fob and destroy the Russian fob. So I'm sure we'll see a broadcast soon if the guys aren't wise to that yet.
Yeah. Got Acid Plus Wars and Turtle. We got 5 watching on the south. We got New Hook and Nuke on the. Magic Man. Narrator, he did not have it. Yes, he did not have secure or.
Oh boy. Cover my guys north.
Town. Village? I guess it's a village.
Yeah, I can try to cover them, get them
Cluster
up here.
of buildings.
Roger.
Okay, I'm ready. Send them up.
Alright, they're coming.
Here's that radio. Well, I'm unsure why New Hook hasn't said anything.
This is HQ to anyone that listens. Orders are to clear Yev.
Roger, in progress.
Here, yeah. No. They blink now? The models blink?
2, I'm pushing to you.
Move their eyes. Look at that.
Roger.
Huh.
Cover me now.
Covering.
That's cool. He walked right up to it and then walked out. Yeah, no, he heard it.
I'm here.
He was here. 100% heard it.
Cover you pushing. Push with me. Come on, man.
Yeah, I'm in.
1, can you push south into town and help us clear this?
Yeah, I knew that V12 never fails to surprise. Yeah, they're not staring at you with like dead eyes anymore. They even do animations in the back seat,
right
which
there,
is really cool.
025?
What's up?
Hi.
That house seems to be clear because there was like no contacts.
What's the situation up here?
Cleared anyways.
No, I'm and do that. And get my stamina up.
Have fun.
Okay. Cross this.
Oh,
Go.
you know it, bro.
I got an ammo bag on me. Ammo bag on.
Oh, how much in there?
Not sure. I'm not. All I know is that you need to watch this corner. It's right here in front of the door. No,
That's
it's
an
not
enemy
my
ammo
ammo.
bag.
Somebody.
Oh.
That's what I'm saying.
No, I was about to say it. Okay.
Red building clear.
Trying to clear out what they
I
can.
think they're all on the east
New
side.
Hook knows where the radio is. He needs to speak up and say,
Alright,
"Hey,
group back up. Clear
the
east.
radio is over here."
1 and 2. I want you guys.
He needs to communicate that. Keeping his mouth shut.
I'm gonna have my guys
Keep a
on
good
the
spread,
north side
guys.
clearing east. Okay, my guys, we're clearing on the north side of town, pushing east. 1 and 2, you guys are gonna be on the north side of the road, but the south side of these buildings, pushing east. We're gonna do a sweep. Let's go. Terrapin, Walrus on me. Let's do it. 1, 2, call set.
What's going on? Oh, my bad.
Yes.
I'm with you.
We're moving.
Alright.
Spacing is critical.
Down to the wire with this op.
Got eyes on the window.
Where is the rest of the Russian?
I hear enemy radio to my south.
It's 4 on 4? I think it's 4 on 4.
Did we clear this compound?
Don't know.
I don't think we've done this part yet.
Cover my back.
Watch you.
Nuke. Breach this.
Yeah.
Takes out Nuke. Gets shot by gets shot by New Hook.
I got him through the window.
Oh shit!
Push in.
East.
Cover east.
Like to see some good building clearing tactics. Yeah.
Space.
How about a jump shot through a window? That's good enough building clearing.
Go.
Oh, crossfire from Clay's Blonde. Takes out 2.
Where were they coming from?
The other side of 2. Down to 2 in a heartbeat. 4 left for the they had 5 left. Through that fence. That fence is penetratable. You see? Think if he sees moving through that crack, he'd light it up. He'd know to light it up. Turtle is stunned with fear. William's gonna bleed out, I think. Yep. Only gonna push. Not. New Hook and Turtle versus Clay Spawn, Gavin, and that's it. Yep, I think that's it. 2 on 3 now. Gonna move? Who's gonna blink? Anybody? Bueller? You're just standing there.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, I shot one over here. I don't know if he's dead. No, it's me. Don't worry.
Is he in the compound where the radio is?
No, he's right by by me. Or I think it says me right now, but no, he's right by me.
Shots at
Fuck it.
New Hook. Clay's Bond takes out New Hook. Total hop the fence is getting all around the side. Oh, that's sneaky, Turtle. Sneaky. Didn't expect it. Now Turtle's 1v3. Can he do it? I think the Russians have this one too. Or Peter. Really came down to that last man though. 3-on-1. 31 for the British, 31 for the Russians.
This is HQ. To all Brits. Bombing run will commence in T-minus 12 minutes. Clear Yev.
On the hunt, going the wrong way, but it doesn't matter with Hand-Dog and Gavin here. They missed? They missed all of their shots. Alright. Who shoots better? Turtle takes out one. No, he doesn't. He hurts one. Hurts Ham-Dog. Looks like they were hidden the ground. Yeah, I definitely saw some dirt getting kicked up. Turtle have any more grenades? Is he a medic? What is he? Oh, what are you doing? Nice try, I guess. Good game. Really came down to the last three guys on the Russian team. It was back and forth there for a long time. But I really felt early on I called Russians winning, and then things really started to change where the British forces really came into their own. It really came into their own around the mid game, and then the Russians just really having to hold that last point right at the end. Did the Brits last? Do the Brit Lats get the frag rockets? No, they do not, Terex. The Brit Lats are basically the laws. And they get the one heat round and 2 frag grenades or 1 frag grenade. The Russian do get an RPG-26 that includes an RPG-7 that includes the 2. You get exposed when you jump walls. Yeah, Dubisky, you definitely get exposed when you jump walls. And I'm sure Turtle knew that. He just chose to ignore that information. Because that's all I can say. What happened? Do you have any opinions on last round, Expert, about the two teams?
No, I thought there was good maneuvering. It was quiet for a while, and it got really, a lot of firefighting. Round 2's coming up. Different patrols, hopefully, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. There will actually be some different patrols, maybe, probably. Expert Doc, I'll wait a minute to give you all that brief. From that Fu gives to command. Let's go ahead and create my squad so we can hear what their plans are for the beginning.
Stressful round, but y'all pulled off the win. Thank you very much. That was
all right,
good work.
so let's go ahead and read the mission brief for the British and most likely. Let me just double check this. Yeah, they're both the exact same brief. British and Russians are both going to get the exact same brief, and I'm going to read it to you guys word forward. It says a patrol needs to be conducted to obtain enemy positions and strength. Your platoon will conduct one of these patrols. You'll need to check some locations before arriving at your final destination. When you do, you will need to set up a communications with the company and hold the location in case more patrols or information needs to be obtained. So, same brief as last time. The British forces and the Russian forces don't know what the other person's tasked with. But they're both going to be patrolling, and then they go to the last point and set a fob down. I'm gonna
get your orders out, and then I'm gonna deal with getting more people in.
So we'll go over where they will be starting. No, let's go over who's in these gonna be participating in these ops, command wise and squad leader wise. And then I'll go over kits, and then we'll go over the actual brief. I think that'll be a better. While we get everything started, I gotta run out, get into admin cam. Alright, so for the British team, we have Assault as platoon lead, with his squad leads Tap, Bump, Bag of Joe, and Storm. For the Russian side, we have platoon leads Karmacut, with his squad leads Acid, the Alpha Guido, Hero, and Efank. So, a lot of good work on both sides, a lot of good maneuvering, a lot of good fire from, whose squad was the base of fire? Efank's squad was the base of fire that one time. Tab did some good holding on the west. There was a squad that held the north. I want to say that was Storm squad that held the north. They did a lot of good work there. Acid's assaults initially. So, they good mix of leadership on both sides. Should be a lot of fun. Go ahead and listen in on brief.
British forces are to start at Maine, but we'll move to Foxtrot 9-5 B4 live. Dismount at Foxtrot 9-5 and move out on foot patrol from there at live. You may not use vehicles after reaching Foxtrot 9-5. Patrol the following locations before moving to the final location. Are you ready?
Affirm.
Foxtrot 6-5 and Hotel 6-3. Once these locations are cleared, then proceed to the final location of Zalata. Due to concerns of enemy presence, you must keep your platoon together for the first two waypoints.
What was the final point?
Final point. Secure the village of Zalata and set up the platoon radio in Foxtrot 4-6.
In where?
Foxtrot 4-6.
Okay, there we go.
Place the fob with no defenses. Guard the fob and patrol the area around Zalota. If enemy forces are encountered at Zalota, secure at all costs. Any questions?
Negative.
I didn't quite hear the vehicle part. We were supposed to drive vehicles to where, and then?
The Fox 9-5, infantry mark.
Alright, I'm trying to secure some reinforcements for you guys, so sit tight for numbers.
Alright, so you just heard the brief for the British. They're going to, before live this time, they will start at Fox 9-5. Same spot the British started last time, but last time the British started at Maine and they had to drive during live. And so that just added a little bit of stress for the British forces. They will start here, then they will then patrol Fox 6-5 and H6-3. So F6-5 and H6-3, basically this little town here, and then West Petrivka, before finally heading towards Zalata, this little area on the north. Russian forces are tasked with the exact same thing that was read to that I read earlier. They're gonna just patrol a couple locations before finally setting a fob down at their final point. So Russian forces their points are a lot closer to the British forces than last round. Last round we had something similar where British were patrolling around here, Russians were patrolling around here before finally meeting up at their final point. This time British forces right here in these three locations. Russian forces are tasked with reconning J6-7, which is Upper Petrivka, J7-4, which is Lower Petrivka, and then their final point would be Zalata. So there's a lot of contact possibilities that might happen at Petrivka either through these trench lines, maybe crossing the streets, maybe holding this farmhouse and watching here, maybe somebody heading straight to the final point and firing down onto them as they push in. A lot of ways to interpret this op, and let's see who decides to utilize the high ground or keep their guys as a platoon. Last time Assault really did split up his guys, whereas Karma was together for the most part. And we'll see if that differs. Go over assets real quick. For the British forces, they've got 1 squad lead, 2 fire team leads, 2 automatic riflemen, and 1 medic per squad. For the platoon army, which can be dealt out as the platoon lead sees fit, is 1 medium machine gun, 2 light, 2 laws, and 1 heavy anti-tank kit. Vehicles are 1 trans truck and 3 logistic trucks, and they are just driven to the point, and that's it for them. Russian assets include 1 squad lead, 2 fire team leads, 2 automatic riflemen, 1 medic. For the platoon armory, they've got 2 RPG-26s, which are essentially the laws, and 1 RPG-7, which is the RPG with the 2 frag rounds with them. Vehicles include 1 trans trucks and 3 lodges, which they do not get to use. British do not know that. And their patrol base, they get 1 mortar and various defensive structures. Do they get to use those defensive structures in the mortar if they get to their fob location here? No defenses. So that's a bait and switch from Expedit. Am I interpreting that correctly, Expedit?
Let's leave a squad at that hat mark.
Yeah, sounds great.
You just
No, absolutely not. We're gonna keep as many guys
posting assets that aren't actually going to be used.
And then we're gonna send 1 squad
British
up there to hit the check mark, and then we'll all.
Yep, always the unknown.
Yep.
And then what we'll do is we'll go east. Oh my god, dude. The squad on the north side of the MSR will have to just go east. There's a trench right here on these point of entrances. So technically, if you stay over there, there's no reason to fucking cross that MSR multiple times. So if you can stay over there as a screening element, technically you're still going to West Petrivka with us, right?
Yeah, that's what I can do. I'd move north
Okay,
just to
you
the
can do
MSR,
that,
just
that's
kind of cross around that 3 mark, and then just move
Once
on
we
the road.
got solid, once we got F656 cleared, then the other 3 squads, we have to go together. So we all have to go to West Petrivka, unfortunately. It's all open field. So what we might have to do is pull back south on this point of interest, and then go east, and then cross the lovely building that we all know, and then be stuck on an island, and then try to get into the town. But we might use these woods here on point of interest, the one at Hotel 751.
I mean, what you can do though is once we've taken that northern one,
Just
you
listening
can
on
send, like, 1 squad around
Assault's
this
ideas
other
for
3 mark,
assaulting these.
and then bound them.
Try and get an idea of what
mark
he
here.
what he wants to do and how he wants to approach this.
And kind of decide what to do from there. Just
What
there.
I'm honestly thinking, is we all go across the MSR, right? And then we stay in that same ditch like we talked about Bump doing, and we just move northeast, and then we can send 1 squad to cross at the infantry mark down the same ditch. Go check West Petrivka. We'll all be right on the other side of the MSR from it, so technically we're there still all there as a platoon. Once it's cleared, that squad will exfil same route, and then we'll push up to the final point at Fox 469.
I just have a quick suggestion here.
Go for it.
So, this side of the road, that marking with the machine gunner, is completely blind to this side. Like, they're mutually blind to each other. The road is the high spot here. And, I think, if I remember correctly, where we're headed to at Fox 46 is higher than that ditch that you're talking about, and may have eyes if you try and move from the Fox 65 area into that ditch. So I would
He would be correct.
I would suggest trying to just either maneuver through those fields or maneuvering through the India 7-1, like you said. I wouldn't try and maneuver north of that MSR.
Yeah, I mean, once we clear it, can't we just throw like 1 squad as a blocking force and then have everyone else kind of go near it? I'm not sure how we want to do this.
The orders were we have to go as a whole platoon to the first 2 points. So obviously I would do things different if that wasn't the case. So basically, Storm, you're saying everyone go north to the Fox 656, and then we stay north like I was saying, and then we go northeast.
What I'm saying
or what were you saying?
is
Keeping guys south.
we're going to go north and keep then keep everyone south. So like have the entire platoon at let's see if I at this pickup mark.
Right.
Send one squad over to Fox 65 to check it out, and then we move as a platoon to
East.
either to this pickup mark.
Sort of brainstorming ideas right now. I'm gonna go ahead and just talk over them for a little bit until they figure out what their plans are. Flying over to where they're really having their discussion. This is their main problem, it seems, is this road. This MSR is really what's causing Assault the headache, because it divides his two objectives. This is his one objective near these power lines. Clear out this little village, and then clear out West Petrivka, or clear out West Petrivka and then clear out the little village, before finally heading to Zolata up here on the northeast.
And then once we get across there, we'll start, hopefully Bump Squad can start positioning recon, but we aren't gonna I don't know the terrain well up on that side. That portion we're going to is new, so we'll just have to take it real slow. There's a trench system going southeast and west, so
this is where the little ditch he wants to use
yeah, so
to cross.
You see those little weird cement structures just west of the fob mark? That
those
is a big old hill.
Right?
Those are underground, but yeah, there's a big old hill on top.
Yeah.
Pretty much that entire area is a hill. The opposing hill is over on the 3 mark, just south of it. That is an opposing hill with a trench line on it. They're basically the same elevation. There's a big bunch of defilade in between, but this with this trench line here is blind to the hill. So if they're set up,
basically the LAT markers are the higher points.
Well, that's where we're gonna go.
Yeah, if you want to maneuver in, you probably want to go west or east and try and get in that defilade.
Are these craters on this point? Zolata? I've actually never been over here. This is a brand new section, but yeah. So they're saying this is how they want to approach this last point.
Lifetime yet?
Yeah. No, we have that point.
It is 140.
Coming from the west.
Do we have to get to
maybe
the
from the east.
Or no?
Is this all underground? Is what he said? There's some stuff underground. Look at... Yeah, all this stuff is underground. Neat.
2 trucks.
Get in here.
2 or
okay.
3 trucks.
Easy. Oh, all of these, they're like individual bunkers.
It don't matter.
Their own individual bunkers.
We're supposed to leave here at live.
Oh no, they're
We're
connected.
supposed to be at the point before
You're
live.
leaving before live.
Copy.
And rallying up there and before live. Take your vehicles.
Roger. Have your voice on up.
Get as many people armed here as possible, and then you may have to rearm some people up at the front. I don't know. We'll see. Depends on how they spawn.
So, what are your guys' opinions on this operation? I really feel like the contact is going to happen right here in the Upper Petrivka area, but it really depends on what the Russians' plans are and how they want to approach their particular mission. Because to reiterate,
yeah, you didn't need
1,
to bail all your guys out, Joe.
2, 3. This is the British. 3 British points. Russian points. Upper Petrivka, Lower Petrivka, final point the same. So they've got 3 points very close to each other, and then they've got this final point that is gonna be a literal uphill battle on multiple angles. Assault is planning on using this MSR on the. He's gonna be on the north side and then push guys across the south while holding his north. I'm really confused on what his plans are. We're really gonna have to see. How he approaches this, because that seems to be his main problem, is that this west to east MSR, it's the major highway moving west to east, 4 lanes, very difficult to cross if there's somebody watching, because it's the high ground and you're just skyline the entire time. And I'm interested to see how Assault goes about solving his problem.
Order we have to clear this is just so awkward.
Say again?
This is gonna be such a time crunch. Like, within 3 minutes to get it.
Yeah, we might get there late. When we get there, we'll just have Bump Squad take point, and then we'll do.
Yeah, they should be doing their plans as they drive.
4. I want to
Live was called, or live was at 1:40. They got 2 minutes to get to their start position.
Y'all can tell your squads what's gonna happen. We didn't get to do a platoon brief, sorry.
Want to hear their brief. Want to hear how they're gonna brief Assault's plan.
You missed your turn.
Turn here. 3, turn here. You are going too far north. Come on, guys. Come on.
Well, it's unfortunate I was finally picked.
Still moving to their start location. Live at 1:39. I'm gonna push it back just a little bit.
Yeah, we're live at 1:40.
You could just figured, kept following me. Still in front.
That game took like a half an hour of just pretty much 5-on-5. It was ridiculous.
We got minutes alive.
I didn't see any of Karma's marks. Expert, did you happen to listen into Karma's plan? Do you have an idea of what, how he's gonna go about his mission?
139.
Yeah, it sounds like he's going to be doing basically a full platoon maneuver like he did before and clearing out each of his points one at a time. But, you know, like both teams just act accordingly and plans change once the contact is taken.
So he's gonna do a full platoon push for Assault. Really seems like he wanted to split up his guys to take these points individually. And I'm interested to see where the first contact is.
Jesus Christ, guys.
It's been a hard one.
Shovels up. Alright, boys, let's get our guys busted out. Get them ready. Get them staging north.
I have in about a minute
Them on
15.
the north side of this stand by.
Copy. Whole platoon's going to point of interest 5. Yep, there you go. And then bump a push north. Other 3 squads are going to round across the open field into West Petrifica. Clear that. And then we are going to use the...
Yeah, I mean, some of these points are picked for particular reasons for the checks, but that first British patrol checkpoint is interesting because it's not really a high point on the map, but it does have overwatch of their final objective, so it's possible that they could have leave a squad there just to watch the final objective or patrol point. And like you mentioned before, that large MSR in the middle of the map kind of divides that kind of movement, restricts movements north-south, so...
I don't know.
Yeah, really interested to see how the British are going to do that. I'm not sure if they're going to leave somebody. I think he would really like to leave somebody at that point, but I think he misinterpreted his orders, and he's under the impression he needs to take his full platoon to every point. So we'll see if he adapts once it happens, and he might leave a fire team, a squad on that first point. Push or to just hold Overwatch. He'll see what he.
Stop there. Just keep edging north if you don't see anything.
Alright, we're live, boys.
Let's roll.
We're live. Assault giving final orders. He might lead bump from those last little words I just heard. Sounds like he's gonna lead bump at that first point.
Formation, stagger column.
Charlie on right side. Charlie on right side.
Working on it. I'm just trying to tell my guys what to do while moving.
Gotcha.
Yeah, we're gonna.
I already messed up.
Yeah, we did the sandwich.
It's fun. Just get them there. I just want battle spacing and I don't want to look like a bag of ass.
Yeah, sandwich works pretty well for that, so.
Alright, well, we need to go northeast.
Alright, let's get platoon stopped and let's get facing the right way.
Point. Yeah, this is annoying. Let's go northeast.
Alright, platoon staggered columns, followed by assault. They're going to move northeast. Formation is starting to take point. Or starting to get into formation, it looks like, and it'll get cleaned up.
There we go.
I got you.
Got a rebel in it.
I'm currently at one space. I have no stam.
Battle spacing, come on, man. They got lats.
Keep them in order, Assault. Keep them in order. Assault sprints into the front as a bad command should. Pays off for him more often than I really think it should, being so close to the front. But I mean, that's his style. That's how he's gonna play, and it works out for him. Fine. Sprints into the front. Stagger column starting to get cleaned up. The only people really in the front or in the middles are squad leads and stuff. They think they're
looking good, guys. Make sure you're scanning to our right from time to time.
They're all people. Bots here. No AI. Trying to come together. Nice staggered column there. Bump called this a sandwich. Called? Technical term for this? How staggered column this is? Does that mean this is staggered file? Double file?
Nothing at Hotel 611, that western barn.
Good formation. This looks good. That looks good. Man, Salt's got a nice looking platoon.
I mean, we're gonna get mowed out in an open field like this.
That's why you keep your battles.
Zaki pointing out we're gonna get mowed down if we're caught in an open field like this, and he's true if the Russian forces were nearby. They're getting into position. Let's watch them cross, and then we'll go check out the British or the Russian spots. They're about to disappear on our map. By a little bit.
This is a big fish dome, so.
Bump crossed. Crossed.
So I don't see.
Clean cross by bump.
Objective
Crossing streets.
Yeah, we have crossed MSR.
Roger 3, go get eyes on Fox 6-5, and then you know the rest of the plan. The rest of the platoon will start pushing east.
Cross bump got across clean. No problems. Let's go look at these Russians. See if they look as clean as Assault's platoon.
Setting up here in the ditch.
They're moving. Looks like they've got a nice
We'll do 4
tactical blob.
You'll bound across into the ditch at Hotel 7
Let's
first.
get a little closer look. Looks like it's just a platoon line.
We tracking.
Track.
Yeah, platoon line with reinforcements. That's a tactical. You got a nice platoon line, reinforcements, and I guess this is an attempt at a staggered column. A little bumpy in the spacing there.
Copy, tough. Whenever you can, push up. Get eyes
Assaults
up
looks
to
a
the
little
east,
cleaner.
and have your guys hold, because one's gonna bound as a squad to the east, along with 2.
Pushing as fast as they can towards their objectives. I'm trying to get in a spot. Who's gonna see who first? Technically, Bump is in position to see them, but there's the terrain in Yeho is just up and down. It's gonna be really difficult to spot who first. Hero might be able to spot Bump.
Line from north to south.
Copy, this will be fun. This squad bounding across the open field like this.
Watch this. They think this is suicide.
They got 4 set, 1 and 2. When your guys are ready, y'all can start.
Battle line. Tap's been playing too much Total War.
At Hotel 747. Remember, tell your guys to keep their battle spacing.
On me, Charlie.
Let's not cut off our base of fire sector of fire either, so y'all can bounce to the south of 4.
Not even gonna hide. Watching. I hope they don't fire for the sake of firing. I'm gonna push.
Make sure your boys know if we copy. Make sure your boys know if we take contact in this field, they lay into everything they got.
Sorry about that.
Let me know when you're set, 1.
Okay, that will do.
Really nice bound.
Okay, my guy just started falling, and I'm not gonna come back. My fault.
Command.
Go ahead.
Would you like us to move to that position just north of West Pet, or do you want us standing by?
Well, the orders are for our platoon to stay together, so I want to keep it in the spirit of the ops. So just keep moving northeast like we talked about.
Raj, we're Oscar Mike.
So Bump is in a really good spot to come onto the flank of Russian platoon.
Charlie, we're holding.
That's not you.
Alright, one is set and online.
Gonna bound. Looks like they're bounding by fire team. Bound. Bump has had really good control over his squad. Same with 1 and 2. Wow, look at that line. Beautiful. So good. Yes. Nice. This was the base of fire. Now they're the base of fire. Look at this. It's like textbook. This is the shit you learn in SOTT. Love it.
You can move now. You can move now. Take the buildings at Hotel 614.
Yes.
Yeah, 2. Once you get east in those woods at Hotel 758, just swing it north.
Yeah, so just be advised, I see nothing moving in West.
Love it. Great control over their individual squads. Great control of the platoon from assault. Yeah, it just looks so good. Let's go ahead and check out the Russian. Russians bounding across the street as... Nobody yet. Haven't bounded. A couple have gotten across the street. I wonder if they're going to use... They're bounding across the street as a squad. Ballsy. Super ballsy.
Hey, Tuck, go ahead and get set up as a base fire. One's going to go ahead and bound in.
Yep.
Here we got the British bounding by fire teams, covering each other. And these guys like, let's go. Every man for themselves. Karma's going to be smart and use trenches. Does he know he can use this? You can use this, Karma. You can crawl under this.
Okay, my guys are starting to walk up.
Copy 2. Alright, 1, you're good to move.
He doesn't know. He'll see this in... For now. Russian forces pushing into Upper Petrivka, no problem. They've got squad 2 on the west, squad 1 on the north. They've got 3 and 4 pulling in now. Squad 3 may be the one to come into contact here. Squad 1 and 2 are going to get into West Petrivka. They're going to clear out the area. Squad 4 is going to get into this little farmhouse that I believe is what he called the island, and it really is like an island, being so much open space around them. I don't like this tap. I think he needs to get into West Petrivka, commit, or pull back and get in. Squad 3 may be able to get on the flank here. Squad 3 for the Russians.
But we need
These guys
to
do.
cross somewhere around H689. H689.
Yeah.
Somewhere in that area. That's where the force is.
Is it auto shit?
Yep, solid.
Yeah.
We're not gonna go as far northeast to cross. We're gonna go ahead and cross right there at H694 in the woods. So we are gonna cross the MSR. We're gonna be skylined. What I would like to happen is 1, go ahead and get up there and get set. Make sure you got eyes on the overpass at Juliet 596. Scouts could be there. 2, you're gonna bound across the MSR first. Once 2s are crossed, 1 you're gonna continue to hold, and 4 you're gonna go north and link up with 3.
Copy that.
North from my...
So this is where they want to cross.
A firm. 3,
Right
you
here.
can go ahead and start pushing north. However the terrain dictates, get some spacing. Because we're about to push
Solid
3
copy.
squads on that side of the MSR, and we're going to be bunched up as a platoon.
Yeah, so the MSR is empty. I'm just gonna tell you that right now.
Copy, you
I
got
got
eyes on
eyes
over.
on it.
Solid. Okay, then
Affirm.
what we'll do, 4, go ahead and pick up and go northwest, and get on squad 3's western flank, please. I'm going to go with you.
Where am I staging across? Where Storm's going?
Charlie, ready to move.
Yeah, A-firm.
Yeah, Russia was worried about tipping that cap point, but they don't know.
Come on, guys.
I mean, the British haven't said anything. I don't even think they
I can already
noticed.
tell y'all the next play 4 and 3 is going to go
So let's
west.
get this straight. We're pushing across
out to roughly India 545. We're going to find some high ground out there,
Thank you,
hopefully.
sir.
I mean,
1
we
and 2
can't
are
see
gonna go
anything,
north,
so that means they
get
can't
on the
either.
northeast side of Fox 455. Try to get the high ground.
Well, it's a bold
I should just go into combat with a
Let's see how it works
blindfold.
out for 'em.
Remind your
What
guys
squad's
about
coming?
skylining.
If we go down to AD2.
So
Yeah,
British forces getting ready to cross. They're already getting the full. Cleared out both of their points. One is pushing into contact, it looks like.
What you got, 2? What's wrong, man? Push north.
Break. I see contact in Upper Petrivka.
Copy. Break contact. No need to engage. Let's get west. 1, can you cross there, or can you break contact and come west?
I mean, I have eyes on our objective from here. It's clear.
Copy. 3. 1, break contact from that. Come back southwest. You can cross down here where 4 did. 2, cover 1 as they come southwest. We don't want to engage them there. Let's get to our objective.
Okay. So the British are just gonna break contact. British are gonna break contact. Russians pushing into contact.
Copy.
At least a fire team.
Lalo, if you saw them, they probably saw you. Let's get our platoon oriented. 4, just keep going west.
It was one of my fire team leaders.
I'm gonna just move my squad to that trench on top of the hill.
Copy. Good thinking. That'll work. I just want to get 1 and 2 off West Petrivka. If they get engaged there, they're on an island. You're not going to be able to leave there.
Shots at Mr. Moneyman. Take out Turtle.
Copy.
Good ambush. Takes out 2 in that engagement. One of them being a squad lead. One of them being a fire team lead.
We are out in the.
Wow. Good ambush. Now this whole platoon is caught in the trench.
Just keep coming west, boys. We're going to go to
Alright,
our
Bravo,
point
anchor
3.
in.
Hold what you got. We don't want that element you're engaging to flank 1. 4, I just want you getting north and seeing if you can get to the point at Fox 4.
Kumquat, down backward, dude. Kumquat, down backward.
Yeah, we're banana peeling back. Just falling out.
Copy. Banana peel 1. Not worried about you, buddy. If you can get
Good
south
fallback. They're gonna leave Boogie there last.
You're running. Pick up a sprint. Everyone else is waiting on you.
Yeah, I got a leg.
I want to engage them on our terms, not theirs.
Yeah, we're bounding backwards.
Good engagement. 2 kills for the British, 0 kills for the Russians.
Unnecessary risk.
They're not taking these engagements because they want to. They're taking these engagements because they have to, and they're really waiting for 1 and 2 to pull back, and they're pulling back very slowly. You hear them trying to rush them, trying to get these guys moving because they're getting collapsed on by squads 2 and squads 1. So they're really getting in trouble here if they don't. They're gonna be in trouble here if they don't pick it up.
Copy. 1 and 2, y'all are gonna have to work it together. Just keep bounding backwards as a squad.
I'd like to hear a little more communication from squads 2 and squads 1. Storm and
to the point, 2 and 1 will hang out
keep people updated.
Be our maneuver element.
I like more communication overall. It seems like Assault's doing all the talking.
I'm gonna follow the
and I'd like the others to give reports unprompted. Assault's doing a good job managing their squads, and that's probably it probably feels like Assault's talking because these guys are managing their squads. But yeah, I really feel like Assault's doing all the talking now. I'd like to hear a little more unprompted reports from
Keep your saying
from the squad leads, and that might just be me and my style of command. Expert, what do you feel about unprompted reports where they're just constantly giving you information even without you asking? Like too much talking or a little less?
Probably a little less. If they got something to say, make it important, so that the other squad leads can also listen up, so that I don't have to repeat conflict reports 5 times. But it's good to know that they're being active, though.
Yeah. I'm not hearing anything from squads 1 and 2 on any kind of contact, even though they have been taking shots from. Actually, I'm not sure if they know these 2 squads are on their southeast.
I don't think they do. I think that they're going to walk into each other here real quick.
Yeah. Have the Russians said anything? Have they said anything about it?
Nothing.
Okay, yeah. Maybe that's why they're just managing the squads. They don't know that these guys are so close. I'm just speaking under the impression as if they did.
The entirety of Bravo team is moving.
Oh, we're all bounding at once. Okay, we're bounding by fire.
I'm gonna pop this still here. It might be stupid, but I can get eyes on.
They might just run right into each other.
Exvoke yourself too much.
I just want to hear like one just single shot and command's dead.
Why?
Oh shit.
Joking.
Alright, so they're in the cap radius of
Retreat to the northwest
West
hall.
Petrivka. They are right on top of us.
We need to get out of here.
Yeah, copy. You gotta cover 1. You gotta cover 1
northwest.
as they go west.
They're gonna get kind of
If you need to fucking shoot, even if you don't see anything, suppress, Hotel 788 area, that southwest side of West Petrivka, while one moves across if you have to.
Taking shots. There you go. And the firefight has begun. These guys need to pull back. This is not a favorable engagement for the British.
Copy one, get the fuck out of there, man. Do suppressing two, make sure your rate's good.
Telling them to pull out. Let two do the suppressing while the rest of them get out of there. I'm hoping they don't overcommit here.
Keep your rate up. One is in close contact. We got to get them out of there.
You hear Assault. He's stressing the importance of getting out of there. This isn't an engagement he wants to take. They need to go. Two needs to keep up the fire. They're running now. There they go.
Can handle anything, boys. I got faith in y'all. Or sorry, two squads. Keep that rate up.
There they go. MG firing right down the road. They're getting it. Uptime. Unfortunately, we don't have that, Bachman. We've been live for about 2 hours now. Yeah, going on 2 hours, 12 minutes. This is about halfway through round 2. In contact, this is probably the second firefight that's happened all game. The rest has just been jockeying for position, so you joined us at just the right time, Zyder, guys, to catch the second round. Andrew's laying down some good fire. Squad 1 is still not bounded fully back. There they go. They're moving. Assault cannot stress enough how, like, he's constantly telling them, get back, fall back. There's no point in taking this fight here. Get back, reconsolidate with the platoon. Let's see, yeah, look at them. Good fire. Rest of the platoon is heading towards their main objective. Still only 2 kills for the British, 0 kills for the Russians. Ground out, doesn't take anybody.
Was that our rocket shot?
Right beside us, buddy.
Solid copy. Just keep breaking.
Good suppression fire. I love suppression in B12. What they've done, like your screen becomes all black and it starts to shake. You got hints of red in it, and it really it affects the game, especially our one life events, knowing that you're not going to be able to return accurate fire with all these different effects on your player, and I like it, and it's necessary for operations now, because it didn't early on. Perhaps like you could still return fire while you're being shot at. Being shot at wasn't as scary. Now it really makes people stick their heads down when you've got a wall of lead firing at you. And look at them. You see them trying to return fire. It's just hitting the dirt in front of them because they just can't aim as well as they usually should be able to.
Alright. Yeah, that's on the downhill area, so we're in the high ground.
1 and 2 are moving to their northwest. 1 and 2 are moving to their northwest.
Yo, they bounded back so well. No casualties. 0 casualties in this whole engagement. The fire's been going on for about 4 or 5 minutes now. There's been like a 5-minute long firefight. No casualties. They were within 50 meters of each other. Great movement on the British part. Great push on the Russians, trying to keep the pressure up. They just didn't have the fire superiority that they needed to prevent the British from falling back.
Yeah, that'll work.
British are out of there.
Nice 3-6 set up here, boys.
They're out of ammo. They're out a lot of ammo, but they're not completely out of ammo.
Copy that.
I got standby for grid. I got eyes on enemy infantry just north of the overpass for some reason, northwest of it. It's like 2 guys.
Everyone's weapons free. Just remember these long distance engagements. Watch your ARs. I don't want them going black.
Yeah, no, these guys are like, what is it, almost 1,200 meters away from me. It's at least a fire team. They're southbound in a ditch, standby for grid.
Yeah, he's looking at Lee.
Copy, Juliet.
Right.
Not super, yeah, not super prevalent, just be advised.
Now we're back to that waiting game.
Squad lead
This
around,
got my heart pumping there. Love all the fire. Love the bounding back. Great movement by the British team. And they made it out. They've crossed the street. They're gonna rehook up with the platoon soon.
radio's
Oh,
down.
so good.
So technically we have comms with company. Let's get a good 360 up. Top your squad looks good. Bump your squad looks good. I want to keep at least one squad off point. 2IC, you want that task?
Sure, I'll work with it.
Copy that. One, go ahead and push up to the point, man, and what we'll probably have you do is have a fire team hold our south and a fire team hold our north.
Break.
Uh-oh.
You are coming in broken and stupid. Please move your radio to higher ground. The correct grade.
Hey, zombie, use the sound time to regain your state.
That was great. You're coming in broken and stupid. Please move your radio to the higher ground. Basically, they put it in slightly the wrong position.
Never mind, same grade.
They need to
as
get
last
it.
time I called it.
To get it over.
Alright, guys. Company
One,
came
keep
over.
engaged. I'm gonna keep it north.
Really great line of sight to the south.
Be advised, we're taking contact from our east.
Copy that. Yep, they're chasing y'all down. If you can ambush them there, that's fine.
Zombie to hold.
Yeah, one, if you're
Put
gonna
that
hold,
gun
I'm gonna
down.
keep going.
Our contact is a G636.
Copy G636.
Reload.
I need you to go place a radio at Fox 466. The building.
Movement and positioning. Movement, positioning, and repositioning is intricate as the firefights. Yes, I agree, Tara. Yeah, watching them move and getting where they need to be, because there's 2 squads that aren't even showing up for me for the Russians. That's where the fighting's been happening, but that fighting is drawing attention to the south. Where are they? Why aren't they showing up? There they are. We're so far away. Karma has 2 squads. What is it? 3, 6, 9, 1,200 meters away from them.
Yeah, if we can. How hard
Go
is the
fly
contact in the
over
south of the
there.
MSR?
There they are. The time of day, they really the red outlines really lines up with the red from like the leaves and grass and everything.
Let me check.
So this firefight on the south really drawing attention this way.
Radio's down.
Oh, it's allowing these guys to move.
They're currently in the farmhouse.
Okay.
Copy. They're on an island. Fuck them up if you can.
They're gonna
That's
be
gonna be about 400 meters if you can get your AR on them.
They're gonna be a minute. 1,200 meter run. Yeah, they'll be a minute.
Assault, is that buddy
Go
team
check
standing there
out.
to defend the radio? Because I'm pulling my buddy team back to defend the northeastern side.
Take your shot as you please. Hey, 4, if you want to maneuver into the trench at Fox 335 just north of you, that would be awesome if you could get online watching our north.
Whatever you have the most sight, I guess.
What branch again?
The one north of
We
you
don't have
at
cover
Fox
here, guys.
337. Or
Well, then
Fox
He's using
319.
definitely the best
Trench
can.
east to west.
Alright, looks like Russian platoon is pulling off of that island.
Again.
Not gonna try and hold that. No points. Yeah. Nobody's there anymore. Just gonna let the British waste ammo. They're going to back and reposition with the other platoon. They're gonna just break contact. They check their 2 points. Now they're gonna head to their final points. Again, oh, actually, they got one more kill.
Break. Okay, I got eyes on at least 1 times full squad moving west in Hotel 352. That's rough.
Yeah, they're gonna use that trench against us. Let's get a squad down there, Tup, if you could push north.
Where do you want me heading? Where do you want me holding this trench I'm in?
Bag, if you could go take Tup's spot. Actually, collapse it in a little closer. Go to Fox 453, the building's over there.
Hey, Warrior.
Okay.
Where are you there?
So, Tap is going to push a trench line just north of his position. Let's go find out where that is. Follow him for a sec. North. Oh, this trench line?
Hey, one, you want to throw a sit rep, buddy? How you doing down there?
We're doing alright. We're just taking pop shots at them.
Copy that.
Oh, this trench line here. Okay. It's an position.
That rivet's in the lowland, and I have overview from it, from
Copy
the
that.
hill.
Hold it. Roger, you can hold then. We're gonna take heavy contact from the south and the east for sure.
His Karma
I
playing
just
says
wanna deny
G
them that
Karma
trench.
is
If
playing.
they
He
are
was the
crazy
British
enough to
first
get
round.
that
Now
trench
he
for
is
you can set
the
up and
Russian
mow 'em
forces.
down the long access. Maybe
Yeah,
send a
it's
buddy
pretty
team down
straight.
there.
Set up.
And then
Get an
one,
AR.
what you got, we'll see
Yeah.
what they do. I don't think they're gonna
Do you want us
push
to take
you.
that
It's too
other
open
that other
one,
hilltop
so you
over
might
there,
be in a
Cap?
good position to
Send a
maneuver
buddy
on the
team over
enemy
there.
team. Two,
Yeah.
collapse it in a
We
little
want to
more.
be able
You can keep
to
a
look
buddy
Okay,
at
Brian, come with
there
me.
at Fox 417 area by those bunkers, but if you can't put most of your squad at Fox 453, we'll tighten it up a little bit. I don't want to get snuck up on.
Copy.
I want you watching 63. Copy?
Alright, gents, once again, scout off the terrain, look at the enemy's most probable course of action, see where they're gonna come from.
Yeah, they're definitely gonna creep through this ditch from the north. Oh, I have eyes on another full infantry squad out.
Pump
in
is spotting
red.
everything.
Juliet 412.
Pump has got the
Maybe
eyes.
less of that, but yeah, no, that's accurate. Juliet 412 moving north.
Copy. They're gonna try northern on us, boys.
Catching these guys running away.
Set up with high visibility.
Yeah, y'all can push those ARs out. Get
This is
those
a
boys
meme and a
moved
half
out.
of a round. I've seen like 2 squads.
They're gonna get on
Oh,
a
Assault, they're
squad.
pushing in from there. They're pushing in from there. 63. There's pretty much
What's the
northeast east.
distance?
They're in like Golf 323. Golf 323 in the gully.
Copy, Golf 323 in the gully.
In that trench.
They're probably gonna push into the high ground assault.
They're pushing
Good
southwest.
spot.
They're probably gonna
Bump
try and get on the
has
side.
the magic eye. How do I get on the Squad Ops server? You should check us out, squadops.gg. Once you sign up on the website and take our basic course, you can then participate on our ops. That's the only way to get into the actual operations. To get on our regular like public servers, you should just type in squadops.gg on the public server search bar, and we come up. We have 2 servers, one being an invasion INS server, and the other being just an invasion server, I believe, or a mixed mode server. And they are both a lot of fun, and I highly recommend them.
Hey, Pete.
Squadops.gg.
I think my guys engaged him.
Golf 323, they're gonna do this
Alright, I hope you
northeastern
push
push.
west on
Yeah,
that
that's what I
riverbed. I got ARs watching.
Yeah, that's what we got. Okay.
Copy.
Thank
forward,
you.
Thank you.
I saw some pushing to the west, by the way. Maybe 2.
Everyone's weapons free.
So this is the last op for the
I get
night.
to get this?
This is the last round for the night. That is correct, Seth.
What?
Yeah.
He said that everyone's weapons are free.
Nobody wants that bullpup piece of junk.
Hey, bullpups are cool.
Yeah.
Double
Good
check.
speed reloads.
There's one tomorrow or not.
Just remember, guys, they can shoot through this fence here.
Oh shit, they can?
Yeah.
Oh!
Alright. Take
Oh,
contact
The
with the
fun
north-northeast.
begins.
Did you get hit?
Yeah, I'm hit.
So we are
The guy
testing an
getting hit from
operation
northeast, they're getting close.
tomorrow. It's a mod test. Old
Oh my God, he shot that
Ironside.
with a dummy.
Looks like a lot of fun. So there is an op tomorrow. If you're interested in participating, check us out. SquadOps.gg. It is on the
It's
website.
pretty bare with minimum trees, but it's high ground.
No vehicles on this one. Nope, no vehicles on this one, Seth Green. This is a pure infantry op. A lot of maneuvering, a lot of firefights, a lot of ammunition being spent, even though there's only been 3 deaths.
Make sure at 360.
A lot of ammunition being spent, especially on the south side,
hold
Squad
on.
1.
Element to our northeast, most likely within 100-150 meters now.
Hey, Tup, make sure you have a guy looking east, or east, because we have a, we don't have very good
Yeah, he can
security
see
looking
those
west
guys.
either. We can't really cover it.
Look at that. Boogie, look up. Anybody spot these?
Alright.
Anybody?
I'm for my Bravo team.
Copy. I just don't want them to fill the nightcap. So we can just walk right up.
Once they commit,
Alright, I got
you're good to
contact skylining on the hill. 37 from my position, 400 meters out. That's about 50 meters out from you, trying to reach the top of the hill. We're gonna line up.
copy. Weapons free. Bump. Get ready. That's coming in from your east.
As they shoot. Oh, these guys right here. Really close on them. Good crossfire from them. Holy shit.
Yeah, they're on the back of the hill, northeast of us, east. But Storm, please, for the love of God, don't call out cardinal directions from that far out. That means nothing to me. 'Cause, 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 'cause,
See that call out? It made Bump look direct north, whereas it was to his direct east. So giving out grids would have been more useful, or recognizing that Bump is direct east of them. Yeah, would have been a better call. But they are just lighting these guys up. 4 kills for the British, 1 kill for the Russian. Great crossfire there. Guys below them though. Oh, they spotted these guys too. Oh, they got caught out in the field. This is just devastating for Karma.
Good spot, guys. Good spot. Alright, make sure you don't go black on ammo.
Are we pulling back?
Yeah, I'm down to 2.
Back still, let's bound back.
Of this kind of wrapping hill from like Golf 4 to Golf 4-6 to Golf 4-3. And kind of L-shaped hill.
I can send a fire team.
They're on the back side of it.
Reloading.
Riverbed.
Yeah, let's do that, Tup.
So Dudley. And this is only a single fire team. He's still got a fire team on the south watching this thing. They still think there's somebody here. So once they pull these guys from squad 1 for the British up, that could be all she wrote for Karma's push on this direct east. Does he know? I don't think he realized how open this was.
Do you think they know you're there? You push north.
This was so open. I don't think he realized that this is a complete open field.
Their buddies that were 400 meters out.
Oh yeah, I'm seeing them. Those are probably the stragglers from.
You're getting close.
It should be pretty easy to frag out. Once they get in grenade distance 3, have your guys throw their frags.
Yeah, I'm seeing a decent amount of tracers going out west of from the or
I got contact on me
west towards 1.
at Fox 335. They're over here just to my northeast, 150 meters out.
You guys hear
Right
Jackson?
on my paws to the northeast of me.
Command, be advised, they're trying to use the trench system up there at Hotel 549. Hotel 549. I see at least 3 or 4 guys moving around out there.
Copy that.
Yeah, I see their tracers coming out of there as well.
Sure. Yep. Decent call out. Six kills for the British, 1 kill for the Russians. Bro. So sneaky. They know they're here.
And 1 you can push north.
Anybody watching?
I have an AR watching straight down this riverbed.
Copy that.
Oh my god, you're gross, Warrior. What are you doing? Oh, this is perfect. Oh, this is gonna be amazing. As soon as they tell him to pop up, he just looks up and just goes to town. Oh my god, Warrior, you.
Warrior, you're really.
Oh, this is. Oh, Warrior.
They do not see you at all when you're in that down position. Contacts.
Nice try, Warrior. You missed your shots with the laser of a gun. Warrior goes down. Verts goes down, walking right and forward in the doobie skew. Heroes pushed in here. They knew there were guys on the east. I don't know why he pulled off any of these cover, any of this cover here. Kumquat's gonna see Hero, I think.
Tup, you in contact?
I took 2 casualties.
Copy, just
frag out. Is it far enough?
Make sure guys frag them out.
Takes out 1. Good frag. Hero gonna push up on Kumquat though.
As a base of fire down there to the south.
Takes the shots. Gets spotted by somebody.
Yeah, they're gonna overtake this bank. They've overtaken the eastern side.
Okay, they've got good cover on the south though. Russians have good, or British have the good cover on the south. Take out 1. Kumquat goes down. Doobie Skew, the only one remaining. This might be the foothold the Russians need, but still, 10 kills for the British, 4 kills for the Russians. They're not going so hot for them. This northern element's finally in the fight, coming in from the northwest. Gonna take out Tap, maybe? No, Tap's still alive.
They're taking north? 4, are they north of you?
Yeah, they're coming from our northeast east now. They're smoking.
5, be advised, they're coming in right on top of you and 3. They're coming in right on top of you and 3.
Alright, 4.
Do you have any grenades? If Tap has a grenade, taking out 2 of these. Frag out. Not far, or 2 far. Oh, actually, it takes out Nick. So Tap's got 3. Who left here?
They snuck in on my north.
Drag out.
That fucking goes. Yeah. Down my direct to my.
App is so scared. He's got to give a little bit more information. A lot of grenades by Sevi V using that rifleman sandbag. He's gonna be out of ammo 100%. I don't know. These guys are trying to lay down a base of fire. This might be the flank they need. It's 17 kills for the British, 8 kills for the Russians. Might not be. Looks like the other flanks are being cleared up as we speak. Tap takes out Sevi V. Mr. Moneyman, the only one remaining in this close flank. He's got a fire team over there. Flaccid Warwar's Legion, Stig, and Cardboard.
Oh shit, yeah.
Throw your grenade north.
I'm watching. I don't see him.
Tap's got 4. Mr. Moneyman is the only one close enough to do anything. Let's go check out the other flanks. The one who might have this foothold on the east side of the objective. Doobie-Scoo still alive. Doobie-Scoo still alive, facing New Hook King and Big E High.
Commander's KA.
Damn, should have skipped the bar for this, Lechonka.
I'm gonna assume command then. Need you guys to harden up on the point. I'm currently dealing with the rotating element outside.
Assault went down, looks like. Went down. Doobie-Scoo has a really good angle. New Hook's not able to spot him while he is still able to look down his door. No way for anybody to, yeah, no real easy way to get Doobie-Scoo. You don't stop watching your door.
I saw another one. At least.
We took a lot of them out when they were coming.
Oh, you. Good. Great.
That's their position. Hopefully they won't be looking this way. I got my other fire team. Yeah,
Great. Trying to draw his attention. Oh, he hits Biggie Eye. Doesn't take Doobie-Scoo out. Oh, and Doobie-Scoo goes down to New Hook JG. Yeah, JG. Unfortunate. This is the hold that the Russians needed. 21 for the British, 12 for the Russians. Where's the rest of the British forces? They need to pull back onto their point. Okay, they're still holding their point proper, it looks like. Taking shots to these guys on the north. Where's Tap? Guys are getting picked apart on the north. They're pulling off of the actual objective, and I don't want to see that happen. If they get overwhelmed on the actual point, this could end poorly for them.
Did Bag Squad lose command comms? No, he didn't. Okay.
Negative, starting my flaps. If you go high, guys, back on radio.
I don't recommend that. I recommend you try and rotate somehow, whether that be around from the south or some other way of doing it.
Do you enjoy watching, or does it make you want to be in the fight? I enjoy playing as much as I enjoy watching, but I like commentating. Commentating's fun. Interacting with the chat is fun, and I like talking shit about everybody. That part is fun. Atomic Peach takes out 1, but I would definitely not say. I wouldn't say no to being able to play more. I definitely feel like I commentate a lot, which is. It's fun, but I would like to play for sure. What are the objectives of this round, Lord Chonka? The objectives for this round were to patrol 3 locations apiece, and then finally come to this same spot and set down a fob. And the British got here first, set down their fob. Now the Russians are trying to assault them. Yeah, kind of fun watching it play out. I agree. I definitely think it's fun watching it play out.
I'm deploying smoke.
And being able to make like I like the analysis part of it. I think is a lot of fun. Able to makes me feel like a shoutcaster. Sanders pulling up pretty close. Yeah, much more fun to actually play it. I agree with you, Lord Chonka, but I do enjoy commentating.
I'm running out of ammo.
British are in a bad position here. They need to collapse back or they're gonna get overwhelmed. They've got a lot of guys just out, like 3 guys out doing something over there for some reason. 2 guys pushing up to the point. They've got a couple guys on their actual objective, and then these guys are falling back. Okay. But like, what are those guys doing? Seabass, the distraction. Zaki, what you doing, man? You're gonna be out of the fight so long it's not gonna matter when you get back to the point. Charm still up, or was he out in the open on that open hill? Seth, he went down for sure. Yeah, he definitely went down. I saw him disconnect. He definitely had died. I'm not sure where. I missed him. I believe he was up on that open hill that Storm managed to just completely catch in a crossfire. Storm goes down. Storm the only one here. Rip Karma.
Okay, I'm gonna assume command at this time. Tup, I just want to know what's going on. What's the status for you guys?
I'm currently pushing up the trench line, trying to get behind them.
Copy. Keep
My
that up.
Bravo team is fully vaccinated.
Sanders seems like he's down to his pistol.
Let's see.
This is SL1. We had Storm die. Sanders is in. I told him to hold. We have a fire team to the east.
Yeah, try and maneuver just a couple hundred meters, maybe 25, maybe 100 meters, give or take, more to that hill and push west and get up on the hill west. Because if you move westbound, you can to the east of that main compound. Or you can come just east.
Bump's doing a good job taking charge. Making sure everybody's doing what they need to do to hold what they've got.
Good frags. I don't know who fragged that, but you just got a guy.
Oh, in the corner?
Perfect.
He ran out in the open and he fucking died, so. Sanders!
Hey, one, get close to Sanders and
North
just
of
be careful.
close, I might die. North of one, close, might die.
Copy. Tup, try and eradicate them from these main buildings. Yeah, one is KA, one is KA. More contacts coming in from the east. More contacts coming in from the east.
Looks like they came into contact over here. Wayne Newton, HML, and Cyclone. Cyclone's gonna bleed out, I think. Yeah, Cyclone bleeds out. Zaki, the only one remaining. HML, Wayne Newton. Gonna overwhelm this three-man fire team down to one.
We can get a hold of this village.
Karma is getting fragged out in the open. The need for yeah, that is Karma in a nutshell. The need for info overwhelms him, and looks like Bump got pushed by Lima Bean. Gavin gonna see Lima Bean take out Lima Bean.
They're close to radio.
Yeah, but that's how Karma dies usually. He wants that information.
Roger that. Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah, maybe not the best spot for Bump to be, but I understand why he was positioned here though. It allowed him to watch where Sanders was. Gavin gets taken out by Peter.
They're close to radio.
33 for the British, 25 for the Russians. British feel like they're in the worst position, but they are technically up. They have they're pushing the Russians out. Pushing the Russians out. There's just one guy way over there for some reason, and then there's these three here.
Yeah, a lot of ammo for grenades, so.
I'll keep tossing them short.
Mexican. No.
Yeah, they're.
Kane Crew gonna see Peter. Kane Crew does not see Peter. Peter takes a couple shots. Oh, he had a frag out. So he definitely did see him. Peter's gonna have to bandage.
Alright, so I have at least one enemy on my position.
Hap got behind him. A new hook. Gonna take out Unicorn.
50 meters.
Takes out Unicorn. Ryan does.
Down inside.
Yoda. Peter up here. He was a medic, so he's back to full health. It looks like Atomic gonna see Peter. Oh, Atomic just can't land his shots. Peter may bleed out. Oh, he's a medic. Yep. Map has cleared out this area over here. There's only Peter. Let's look for the rest of the Russian forces.
Alright, squad 2's bugging out, so you're the primary for the west.
Think, okay, there's two over there. I see Wayne Newton and HML Peter. That's three versus these three over here, Top Ryan and BBD Runner. Peter goes down, leaving only HML and Wayne Newton, but there's three British over there. There's two right there, Frostbite Yeti, and Sled V, Tail Rider, Free Rider, or Freedom, Free Fighter, Tail Rider, Free Fighter, Lubes, Deer Cheese. Still quite a bit of British forces remaining. 8 maybe? Yeah. 4, 9. Yeah. All working in buddy teams except these 3-man buddy team over here. All working in 2-man buddy teams except this 3. gonna see whatever happened to Muff Bandit. Muff, unfortunately, stepped down. He just had, you know, real life things come up. He just didn't have enough, and he stepped down. Tup took over as admin manager, and he's done a great job so far. Let's hope he can keep up the work.
East of my pod.
The last two Russian forces. A lot of ammunition spent this round. We saw some guys fighting with pistols right towards the end, even with rifleman ammo bags. So a lot of rounds traded. 37 kills for the British, 27 for the Russians. Tap takes out HML.
Yeah, outside.
I don't think he knows how to hold a gun.
I'm hit.
Where
He's
is he?
on the corner of the fence of the east side.
I'm gonna toss a nade.
Out. And where he wanted to. Too far from where he wanted to.
I'm just gonna heal.
All healed.
HML is dead. Wayne Newton, last one remaining.
Did he jump?
No.
I just heard jump.
Newton. And Newton's gonna spot BVD runner. Can't land his shots. There he goes. It took him a little bit, but he got it. Tup sees Wayne. Tup's got a bandage. No, not Wayne has to bandage. And then Ryan takes out Wayne, and that is it for the Russians, I believe. Let's go ahead and do one more flyover. Make sure before. Yep, that is GG. British forces take it this round. Good job to Assault's team. They had some very clean movement early on. They had some really gross crossfire with on the south here. Tap did a good job holding the north. Karma did good maneuvering his forces initially, I felt, but towards the middle part where the platoon was caught in these trenches, and then that push from the east over open ground just didn't really pay off for them, and it took some unnecessary risks that really hindered his actual push onto the objective. Because once he was on the objective, it was fine. He did a lot of work, but the initial push onto the objective was where he really felt. Nade throws are always weird. They always go long or short, never where you want them. Yeah, you got to get good at throwing grenades, Lorchon. Thank you, everybody, for joining me tonight. I was your squad lead, or sorry, not squad lead. I was your commentator for the evening Shadow Ritual. We had Expert here for a little bit, chiming in with some of his thoughts. And if you're interested in participating in these events, check us out, squadops.gg. If you liked what you saw and you want to give us a follow, twitch.tv/squadops. We really appreciate it. We also upload these ops onto our YouTube page, youtube.com/squadops. We do have an operation, a mod test tomorrow, so if you're interested, check us out at the website, squadops.gg, and register for it. It's a mod test, I believe, testing out some new things with the SDK. We'll see if it, what we are actually going to be testing. Until then, we will see you. When is Pony going to fix mod? I just said, Lord Chonka, we've got a mod test tomorrow, so we will maybe see you then. I probably won't be streaming it, but if you're interested in participating in it, check us out, squadops.gg. Anybody got a screenshot of the leaderboard, DBSQ? British were up by 8 towards the end. But, yep, that's the last comment I will answer, and we will catch you guys next time. See you later.